What you frowning for is my ear. Better let's talk about it. Oh, better let's talk about it. What's eating you up? Or you got some baby mama issues you're dealing with? Better let's talk about it. Your 2-year-old is living.
This week, I found cause to worry about young men. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.
All right, guys, it's good to have you alive. It's a great day, great moment here. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
I'm sure you guys are saying we're glitching. Comments were glitching in the video. You understand that? But it's good to have you guys around. How's everybody doing? Bro, we'll see you. Miracle, Frank, Christian, we'll see you guys. It's good to have you guys in the studio with us. Today we're discussing a couple of things. In difficult times. As usual, we have lots of people sending emails, a lot of times, and then when people send in their emails, so we had a backlog of emails for the show, and we're working our way through the emails. And today we have 8 emails that people who need your advice. People, what do you say, 9? Okay, we have 9 emails. Right, so my name is Ade Folami Agumbiabi. I'm your host, and with me I have the
everybody, and welcome. Today's show is packed with different stories and different problems general saying that you think you have problems, you hear people's own. When you hear people's own, then you know that this and your own better. So yeah, so we just like sit and listen to and please engage in the stories. And if you have advices or suggestions for these people, feel free to like bring it on, because these people are watching around.
Okay,
They want your advice.
Yes, so we've had the people who sent in the emails today. Lots of people sending emails, and the ones who are tapping today, they need your advice. So if you are joining today, we would like to hear your thoughts about it. All right, sorry we're starting a bit late. If you are watching this live right now, just go to the comments and put your name and where you're watching. If you are watching this live, just put your name in the comments and where you're watching this. Let's do that. Let's get the engagement up. If you're watching this, all right, leave a comment. Brel, Miracle, Frank, Christian. Right, you want the show to start, you guys are the ones delaying, leave a comment. And if you are watching on the replay, just type your name and replay family in the comment. Okay? We're doing a lot of good here. This is the good part of social media. All right? People don't shake their asses here. We discuss serious. Okay, so we're waiting for your comments. Christian, I'm waiting for your comments. Frank, Miracle. Let people know exactly who you are, your name, where is from. All right, we go. Okay, do we jump right into the very, very first one? Okay, so let's jump right into the very first one. Okay, so this is our very, very first issue. You want this for us?
Okay, the first issue for today. I'm Steve, 25 years, and from the first child of my family. I've been in the University of Port Harcourt since 2018. My problem now is that my parents think I am studying medicine in the university, actually studying fishery. I tried writing JAM again twice, but it did not meet up I did not meet up with the cutoff mark, so I decided to just stick with fishery. Bad because my parents, who are paying my fees, are so proud of me. They think I'll soon be a doctor. Neighbors are already calling my mom Mama Doctor at the market, and my dad is highly respected in the neighborhood. I graduated this year. How do I okay, I graduate this year. How do I tell my parents that I study fishery and not medicine? My father is hypertensive. I don't want to break my parents' heart as I'm their favorite child, their doctor. What should I do? Please, I need your advice.
All right, so that's the situation we have going on here. The very, very first email, Steve25 from Cross River State is asking for the Darkpore Show and the family for advice. What exactly should he do? I think we should start with you. Let's start out with you. Okay, before we quickly address that, James C. Comfort from Lagos. James C. It's good to see you watching from Lagos. We also have Brel.
From Lagos.
Brel is also from Lagos as well. So Brel, it's good to have you here. Please leave your name, comments. Let's know where you're watching from. Okay, so back to the story. David 25 from Cross River State, studying fisheries, and then his parents think he's studying medicine.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. What does he tell his parents? How does he go about it?
I feel like it's funny because immediately he knew that he was not going to like study medicine again. He would have just told his parents from that time, because now it's going to be difficult, especially with the whole hope that okay, my child is going to become a doctor, and now these neighbors, they're already started saying Mama Doctor, they are respecting the father and everything. So I think telling the parents now is going to be a very big issue. Like it's going to be serious. The whole thing is going to be serious, and it's going to cause like a big emotion, because he would have just said it at the beginning. I think that's where they would have like, okay, if there was something they would do. If nothing could be done, at least they will know that okay, he's studying fishery. It's better. At least fishery is not even bad. You can later go and open a pond. But now this one is like a very serious. I don't know, but I think he would have told his parents ever since. If you are watching, he would have done the right thing and just tell your parents, because now it's kind of difficult. Although you still have to tell them, because they're going to like look at results or something, or at least the day they'll go for his should I say sign out? Because some parents come for sign out, and maybe if they go to medicine department and they don't see their child there, that's they'll be surprised.
Okay, so we're gonna add Gabriel in. Gabriel, you've heard the conversation.
Hi, good evening. Okay, so I read what he said about the fishery, and I feel that since the parent has been paying for the school fees of medicine, and I believe medicine is very expensive, so I would advise that it should use some part of the money, because I know fishery, the tuition for fishery is lesser than medicine. And so what I would also advise is that if you can just save up an amount of money to establish himself in fishery, because truth be told, there's actually money in fishery. Like there is a lot of money in fishery. Understand? So if you are thinking of just whiling away your time doing 4 years of fishery in your school, you just like waste. So what I would advise is that you should just get an amount of money from that tuition fee you've been getting from that fishery, that you should save it up and establish yourself. So whenever you are graduating, you can tell your parents that okay, well, I understand that I didn't do the course I wanted to do, but from this fishery business, I've been able to establish my business. I've been able to set up a pond that is bringing out money, because irrespective of what courses that you are doing, as long as money is coming out of it, I don't think your parents will see would go other places.
So that's
Huh?
No, it's not true. About irrespective or anything else. So, like where this fishery and this medicine thing, like it's different.
I know it's very different. Yes, it's different, but
Very
you know,
different.
the tuition
And
fee.
if you would look at what he said, the email he sent to us, if you look at, he said like people in his neighborhood are already saying, mama doctor, like that kind of thing. It's a thing of pride and everything.
They can also be
So
saying
to explain,
Mama Fishy now. It's still like the same thing. Can do the Mama Fishy. So
okay, mama, they can say
as
mama.
long as you are making money from just like I said the tuition fee for fishery and medicine are very different, and I'm very sure you'll be collecting it on steady basis. So if he has collected the money already, I think he's not yet a graduate now.
He would do other things now. We buy books and dress. Not everybody will have that sense and those.
Share is supportive. Do you know how much tuition fee?
He's going to graduate this year. So that's why he's not asking, because now he's like under the fire now. Like he doesn't know, because he will graduate soon and he does not know what to do. You get? Okay, let's leave that part of him now going to tell his parents, okay, of him going to open a pond or something. How is he going to tell his parents? How is he going to communicate with them and say, okay, Dad, I did not do medicine, I did fishery? That.
Before you can come to your parents, you have to come to your parents with proof that even if I didn't do fishery, even if I didn't do medicine, I've been able to establish myself in so places. So you can't just come and tell your parents empty-handed that I did not do medicine and I'm just a graduate like that. It's disappointing, but as long as you have something to back yourself up that I didn't do this course, but this is what I've been able to achieve over the years or over this short period of time. That's what I feel though. Because even if you're not able to do that, I feel like you should have something to back yourself up that would give you a support to what.
That's what I'm saying. We are not talking about the back. We want to break the news to the parents. We want to tell them, okay, Daddy, Mommy, I did not study medicine. I did. How is it going to go about it? Let's leave the
there is no other news than travel to. They're going to travel to the house. You can't travel to your house. Sit your parent down. You're old enough. You're 25. Sit your parent down. They cannot flog you. Not do anything. So you sit them down. So I feel that.
But remember, his father is.
All right. So I'll jump in. I'll jump into the conversation at this point. All right, Gabriel, I'll jump into the conversation. We've heard Gabriel's thoughts. Just stay on the line. We see Christian, we see Miracle. Hello. Can switch on your video, jump into the conversation. Okay. So a couple of things. For those people who are watching this live, the guests, you leave your comments on YouTube. Type in your comments on YouTube. So if you're watching this, type in your comments on YouTube. Okay, in the live video on YouTube. You still need the guest invite from EDMOX. You want to bring your video in. Okay, so and I'm saying that because Christian is asking his comments inside. We're using EDMOX for streaming, so whatever comments you want, leave it on the YouTube section. All right. I'll bring in Christian. If you're ready, you can put in your video and all that. But let me give my own thoughts on this, so I don't spend too much time. Very first one. These are my own thoughts on this. Okay, this particular young man in question is 25 years old. That means that he's already at that point in which his parents think that he's going to be handling responsibility. He's not 25 years old. Is not you're not 18 years old. You're 25. It's the first child. I think that's also quite important for you to keep in mind. This person in question is the first child of the family. He's not just any other. Actually, it was last year. He's supposed to. They are spending money on him so that he can take care of responsibilities. He can take care of bills. The thing is this: fisheries usually is a 5-year course. This person has spent 5 years to study a 5-year course, and his parents think he's graduating as a doctor.
Exactly.
The very first thing is breaking the news to his parents. That's the very, very first thing. And I think I'm not certain that he can break the news to his parents alone. Okay? I'm not certain. probably would have to, if you live in a part of the country which you have religious leaders, find somebody who is a religious leader that your parents respect. And I'm saying this because if there's a very good chance you are watching this, you send the email out. Find somebody, okay? Find somebody who parents respect. And I'm saying right now, find someone that your parents respect, okay? And let them break the news to your parents that you are not graduating as a doctor. It's a very, very bitter pill to swallow. And the earlier you get ahead of the story, the better. Okay? There's no way around it. You cannot keep lying. You can't keep lying for. Okay? That's just summary of it.
Miracle, do you have anything to say?
I think Christian probably does not. Christian doesn't agree with us. Christian.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
No, I agree. I just want to give a. Can you hear me, please?
Can you bring your video? Can you bring your video out? Okay, can you bring your camera out? Because it's too close to your face. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yes, so let's hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so this condition happened to a very big personality in Nigeria. It's similar to the case of Ali Baba, where he's supposed to study one course, and his passion took him to another course. So this guy's biggest task now is to find a convincing alternative to prove them wrong that he can still make something out of his life. So they don't feel like a wasted investment. You understand? So if he can approach them with, maybe, as you said, an elderly person that they can respect, and then maybe ask for forgiveness and find a way to sort that out. The particular field he is in now, or the skill he wants to learn, whatever he wants to do, he should do it so well that it will counter the loss that they are bearing psychologically. Thank you, that's all.
Okay, Tuesday Comfort is saying that he can't break the news. His father has high blood pressure. I'm going to have to disagree with you on this. The father has high blood pressure, yes. So what it means is that if he's going to break the news to his parents, he should break the news to his parents in the presence of the doctor. He should break the news to his parents in the presence of his people's doctor. Father should take the medication for the high blood pressure. All right, it's not something which you cannot lie forever. And the longer this, I can't imagine. And I'll tell you this right now. I can't imagine what it's like carrying this kind of. I can't imagine what it's like carrying kind of a very long time.
That's what I was saying.
Because for 4 years, you don't.
Even more than 4 years, I think it's like 5 years, but history is 5 years. I think medicine is like 7 years.
So it's carrying the burden for all the while. Each time you are going home, you're paying an allowance and all that. You are afraid because you do not know whether the allowance. You know that what you are doing is wrong. You are lying to them. It's kind of, and then you are watching your parents on that of shit. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy burden to get. So, no matter how long a lie travels, the truth catches up with it. And our own suggestion to this person, I don't spend too much on this. Okay, just tell your parents the truth. Tell your parents the truth in the presence of someone they respect. Okay? If your father is hypertensive, ensure you are taking his blood pressure medication before you break the news to him. Ensure the blood pressure is controlled. Okay, so for those people who are joining us, what are we talking about? Steve, 25-year-old, sent an email. His parents think he's studying medicine. He's graduating with history this year, and he's asking how does he tell his parents the truth, and that's the counsel we've given him. Okay. If you just joined us, we'll ask you, wherever it is that you're watching this from, leave your name and where you're watching from the comments. Okay, and then if you're watching it on the replay, you're watching this after it's been, you can just leave your name and go to replay family Just type replay family into the chat. With personal issues, send us an email, advice@darkpore.com. Today's stream, we're discussing how to survive your difficult times. All right, and we're going through emails that people have sent. So I'm going to read the second email. The second email is second email.
Okay.
So this is something that you can keep him anonymous.
Yeah. Keep me anonymous. I'll be on the live stream watching the advice. I'm 43 years old and I'm an and I have an elder brother who is a transport worker in Lagos. Recently, the bus owner retrieved the bus. My brother is unable to provide for his family and now wants me to help him buy a bus, and he will be paying me weekly. I can afford to, but I'm scared of being scammed because we are blood brothers. If I am this bus, he may not repay me all the money and may keep giving me excuses. Right now, money is really important to me. I really want to help because of his well-being, mental health, and relationship with his children. He's pleading for assistance urgently, but I'm afraid I will lose my money. Please, what do you advise? Okay, this is like a family issue.
Yeah, this is a family issue.
Yeah.
We can see Olo Mutrayo in the Olo Mutrayo. You heard the story. Were you able to hear the story? We can't hear you clearly. Hello. Unmute yourself. Olo Mutrayo, unmute yourself. You're on mute. We can't hear you. Olo Mutrayo, we can't hear you. Don't join the chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Can
we
you hear
can
me?
now.
Yeah,
Okay, good evening, everyone.
You want to pull your camera away from your face so that we can see your full face.
What about now?
Okay.
It's better, but
it's
you
better,
still
but
need
it's not just a bit more.
What about now?
You
Okay.
need to adjust it
You have to adjust.
so we can see your face properly. I think we can just see only your eye.
Okay, so just maintain that.
What about now?
Yes.
It's better now.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah. Welcome to Darkpore Show.
Okay, concerning the question, the first question I would like to ask the person is, what's the relationship between she or he and the brother? Are they related directly or indirectly? Now, when I say directly, maybe your immediate brother or your senior brother, there is no way you will assist someone that is related to you that you won't be of benefit to it. Now, when we talk about indirectly, maybe probably the cousin, the niece, or the nephew, there is tendency that he might not be able to pay back. Why did I say that? If we want to use the advantage of, and she's my sister now, it depends. Maybe let's even say he's older than her in terms of not being direct, immediate brother, maybe cousin or nephew. You want to like, I'm older than her now. Do you understand? But if it's direct, maybe they are directly related, maybe the same bloodline, there's tendency we pay back even with interest because he knows what benefit that will be to him and his family. So we definitely pay back. And moreover, she should have this mindset that if she's helping him to get the vehicle and he doesn't pay back, what about if she misplaced the money, or if she end up putting the money on something and maybe it doesn't produce something, or the scammer online? So you have this mindset or two-way thing. It's either you are getting a profit or you are just doing it to help. Because if you help him with it and definitely maybe he did not pay back, just have that mindset that if you misplace the money, what will you do? Or if it's probably scammer that scam you on the money, what will you do? The heaven will not come down. and that will not even stop the blessing of God in you. But it is in a record that you have helped someone, and definitely somewhere, somehow, you get the profit.
So what if he does not pay back? Is it not better my money is in my account than not for him not to pay me back?
All right, we'll come back to that. Let me your thoughts. Just stay on the line, Miracle.
Sir?
Hey, Miracle.
Sir?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
We'll try to stay on the line.
What I would advise that, yes. Okay.
You're following the story, Miracle, right?
No, I did not get it.
Okay, so we'll get back to the story. So this is the story is this. I'm gonna mute what happened now. So what the story is, there's a guy whose brother is 43 years old, and his elder brother is currently unemployed. The elder brother used to ride the sport truck. We'll try, please, can you mute your okay, yeah, that's good. So the elder brother used to ride the transport truck, and none of the boss retrieved the boss from him. So as it stands now, the brother is unable to take care of the family. And then the brother wants him to buy a bus for him. I'm afraid that if he buys a bus for his brother, he's going to get scammed because the brother may not be able to repay. So he's asking us for advice. Now, what should he do? His brother has, for his brother's well-being, for his brother's mental health needs, for his brother's children, the brother is begging to help him with the bus. So that's what I asked your advice, your thoughts.
Okay, first things first. Your brother actually asked you to buy him first so that he will be able to provide for his family since his boss has been replaced by his boss. Yes. But,
Can
so,
you increase your volume? We can't hear you clearly.
okay, can you hear me now?
All right.
Okay, you buying a bus for your brother, your mindset should not, at first, your mindset should not be to have your money back at instant. Your mindset should be let him feed his family first. He's jobless for now, so you just have to provide. Since you said you can afford it, you just have to provide this thing. Since you can afford it at that moment, you do it so that he can be able to feed his family. Then the rest will be later on. But your first mindset should not be that you should pay me back immediately. And this bus riding stuff is not something that you just gain money. It's not like a millionaire kind of bus or something like that. So I just believe that if you just change his mindset of trying to collect, giving him the bus to collect something. If you want to give somebody something, give the person first. And if you don't want to, don't. Just follow your heart. Don't just give for the mindset of collecting back immediately. So that's it.
Okay. We'll try consensus. Gabriel, you want to jump on this? Advise this person? Hello?
Yeah, me too. I'm here. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think this is that much of dilemmas.
Okay, I read everything. I listened to everything. So the thing is that he said he's your blood brother, and I don't think you should. Since you can afford it and you can buy a bus for the person. Now, if you have this security on repayment, now what I think is that you should buy the bus for the person and you should have an agreement or make it like a high purchase kind of thing, whereby you can have an installment for your brother to pay you at specific period, that whenever profit or whatever profits you made from that particular course or something. So I feel in order of repayment, there should be like an agreement between you and him, maybe over the time or over a period of time that okay, so you can pay. Because if you have, because I know this kind of a familiarity with brother. I feel like because of my brother, maybe I'll pay him later. So I feel that you just have maybe it should be like a higher purchase sort of agreement that you pay installment on installments over a period of time. That's what I just feel, because brothers can be so corny sometimes. Even the younger one or the elder one feel that because my brother, I can pay anytime. So if you can buy the bus, you buy the bus. And if it's not about buying the boss, you can just open a business or start up something that is very different from the boss, just for your own safety. You can just start a business totally different from the boss. Then maybe it can be like a shop or maybe provision, something like that, just for you to be sure that okay, you're not scared, or you're not insecure about it, something relating to the boss. So that is why I just feel sure.
At this particular point, we're getting comments from people. Some people are saying that they can't hear clearly, they can't hear what we're saying. So if you are listening and you cannot hear clearly, just if you're on the chat you can't hear, please just leave a comment so that we know how we would adjust. We also had feedback that our faces are a bit blurry. I think the video footage has kind of like improved. Okay, so we're still working on that. A couple of things I would say. So we'll move on to the next. Usually, when you're in a situation, and if you're in a situation in which you want to combine business with family relationships, a lot of times they don't mix. They usually don't mix for a reason. Business and family relationships do not mix for a reason. A lot of times you will not clarify expectations. Okay, there's something they call dual relationships. That means that if for example, you're dating somebody and you're doing business with them, or you're attending church with somebody and you're doing business with them, or you're doing business with someone and then you guys are brother-in-laws. Okay, have two relationships going simultaneously, and if one of the relationships fails, there's a very likelihood that it would affect the others. Okay, so I will tell you this for the person who sent this email in. If you think, you should ask yourself, what happens if my brother can never pay me back? Because I think that's it. Because your big fear is that you are scared of being scammed. So what happens if your brother cannot pay you back? One of the suggestions that one of the things that people do is they take their brother over to a microfinance bank or into a financial institution, and then they tell the brother to take a loan from the bank. Okay. So they will help with like the down payment. So if they help with the down payment, the bank pays the rest, and then as the brother is earning, is offsetting the bank's loan. If the brother cannot meet up with the obligations, it's between him and the bank. It will not sour your relationship because
I
you have
think
to.
it would though, because some people will be like, okay, I came to you personally because I know that you are my sibling, you are my brother, and I know that you will help me. You know that the pressure from the bank might not even, like, the person might not be able to like function very well. But probably I feel like why he met the brother is because okay, it's my brother, I can pay him anytime and that kind of thing. So that's why. So imagine the brother now carrying into the bank say that one is going to spoil it too. Some people are going to get angry because
Okay, so
they knew that there was like a loan bank before, and they did not go. So
let me clarify what I mean by that. This is what I mean by that. If the person has to get a loan from a bank, all right, to cover 80%, and then you are willing to help with 20% deposit, in that case, you have helped, but you have not taken up the cost of the entire bus.
okay,
You understand what I mean?
no,
Okay,
yeah.
that's one. It's not like you're. Then secondly, the person is going to get a loan from the bank. You have arrangements. You have hire purchase arrangements in which a financial institution and then decides that okay, you know what, you take this, we'll offer you this loan to purchase this particular asset. I'll tell you one of the things that Bank of Industry does. Bank of Industry want to take a loan from Bank of Industry. Bank of Industry will not give you the money. Okay? They won't give you the money for the loan. One of the things they will do is Bank of Industry will insist that they buy the asset. Okay, and they won't transfer the assets fully to you until you are done with the payments. You understand me? So, because his fear is not he doesn't want to help his brother, he wants to help his brother. His fear is that if he helps his brother, he may get scammed, which is a very, very valid fear. He may not, and it's not just because the brother plans, in my own opinion, sometimes the brother may just end up finding himself in a situation where the economic situation in the country will not allow him to pay back. And at that particular want to be the one holding the short part of the stick. Let's just move on to the next one. Okay, so the very next one. So in this particular one, the question is, should she leave her marriage?
Okay, should I read it?
All right, before you read, just a minute, before you read the next one, we have a couple of comments on the last one. Let's just quickly clarify it. The comment we have on the last one is
It
this.
starts from Fun Splash. Family and business don't mix well. Then, okay, the next is Chimsy Comfort. Taking loan, the brother is still
What
getting.
the Fun Splash said?
Family and business don't mix well.
Okay, so Fun Splash is saying that family and business don't mix well.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have a reason for saying that. Okay, the next one.
Okay, the next one is Chimsy Comfort. Taking loan, the still getting involved because he's literally like the guarantor. Then Bill is saying after taking the loan, an agreement should be made that profits made should be remitted before advancing.
Okay, so that's what we have. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, the next. No, this one, the next one.
The next one, should I leave my marriage?
I'm a 28-year and a business owner. I had my first child during school days, and now I'm married to another guy who doesn't appreciate me. He showed at first, but no more, and I'm not enjoying the marriage with him. I don't want to leave him so that I won't keep having babies for different men, and I already have a son for him. Should I continue with this marriage or just walk out? I think I don't know, but okay, let's leave it to the guests.
Okay, so for this one, I'm going to speak last.
Yeah,
I will speak last because I have my thoughts about this, but I will speak last for this one. 23-year-old lady, graduate, business owner, had her first child during school days. So that means she was a big mama before she got married. And now she's married to another guy, which she said she does not appreciate.
Because she got married.
Okay. Said he showed her love initially, but now she's not enjoying the marriage with him. She will leave. But her fear right now is that she already has a child for him, so she doesn't want to appear as if she has a baby mama before. She leaves this one, she has a second child. So she's like, what should she do? Okay, so should she leave the marriage? Hello, Motriam. Your thoughts? Hello?
Motori, can you hear us? I think she's on mute.
Motriam, you're on mute. You have to unmute yourself, all right? Okay? You have to unmute yourself. Hello?
I don't think they can hear for now.
Okay, so you can't hear for now. Gabriel, can you hear?
She's trying to say something, but she can't hear.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Motori.
Unmute. Your microphone is on mute. You have to unmute yourself if you want to comment. Can you take the camera because your face is too close to the camera? So, hello. Okay, while we wait for Motiria to speak, let's just take a couple of comments on this particular. So the very, very first comment is Motiria comes by comfort, and she says that can you read out?
It's too obvious he's not feeling her vibes anymore. He has someone giving the attention she's seeking. I won't suggest she leaves the marriage because nothing they streets again. Like she wrote nothing they street again in capital letters.
Okay, so Willaby Bookson.
He said no comment, can't relate with relationship issues. I don't think this person is interested in relationship. No, it's just
okay. Willaby says that relationship issues.
Yeah.
All right. We have a couple of people who are joining us. We'll quickly go to that and then we'll quickly come back. Okay, first part is ready. Yes, we have her back. So Mutraya is back. Your camera is too close to your face. You have to.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mutura, can you hear us? Okay, another comment came in. First class said, I would suggest she leaves and focus on raising her kids and pursue her career. Simple. Is raising her.
Wait, can you read what French class says again?
I would suggest she leaves and focus on raising her kids and pursue her career. Simple. That's what she said. Okay, then Chimsi said, Chimsi is replying to Fun Splash and she's saying, raise her child with which money?
Okay, so Motrayo, let's have your thoughts, and then I'll give my thoughts on this.
Read the other comment.
You can't read. Fun Splash is saying that if Konji older,
She's replying to Chimsi and saying,
okay, so you guys have turned this one into an X-rated show. Okay, so I'm not going to read that out. Fun Splash, you know what I've been doing, all right? Just note that. Okay, so I'll take Gabriel's thoughts on this. Gabriel, let's have your thoughts on this, and then we'll move on to the next one.
we can't hear you. I can't hear you, Gabriel.
Gabriel, we can't hear you.
Gabriel, I can't hear you. Your audio. Or is it muted from me?
It's muted. Unmute yourself, Gabriel.
Can you unmute him?
You're on mute. All right, so for everybody if you're watching for the first time, this is the Darkpore Show. My name is Adefola Agunbiade, and co-hosting with me today is
Osato Ewoho.
Osato, say your name properly now.
I've said my name, Osato Ewoho, but people.
Okay, so co-hosting.
Now.
Yeah, we can hear you
yes,
now.
we can hear you. We can hear Gabriel now. We'll bring you back in, okay? But just a couple of things. So if this is the very, very first time you're watching, on Tuesdays we do a live stream. People call in. We have regular shows we record on Saturdays in our studios, and then on Tuesdays we have a live stream. Generally, we talk about the show is helping people focus on getting started in their careers, in their relationships, and with their families.
Yeah.
And so from time people send us emails, and we're responding to emails from guests. Okay, so that's basically, and we have one such email from one of our guests in which she wants to leave her marriage because she used to be a baby mama. She got married, and then the new husband does not interested in her, so she wants to walk out on marriage, but she already has a child before she got married to him. She now has a child for him, and she has 2 children by 2 different fathers, and she's afraid that she doesn't hand of somebody who keeps walking around
getting pregnant
for different men. So she's asking for advice. What should she do? Okay, so Gabriel was about to talk. We'll bring Gabriel in. There's another comment. Let's just quickly take the comment and then we'll comment so far. So Alfred Danny is saying that why can't she try to fix her marriage by asking her husband what's wrong with them? If that love from the beginning, knowing that she has a child before, then there's something wrong somewhere. So that's what Alfred is saying. Okay, so we're back to it. Gabriel, your thoughts?
All right, so in my own knowledge, I feel marriage isn't all about enjoying the good times all the time. You understand? And if you really want to work something out, I feel that if anything I want to work, if something's to work out in a marriage, it depends on the lady or the woman. Because I feel that if you want to make things work, it's something that you can talk or have a communication with that person. Like you said he loved you before and you're not enjoying the marriage. Like you cannot just wake up and say I am not enjoying the marriage. So it doesn't have to be because of you're not enjoying the marriage, it means that it's not work out. But if you can just have a heart-to-heart conversation with that person, okay, what has happened, what is going on, and I feel that since the person knows that you are a single woman, he knows that you have a child already, so you cannot just decide you want to work out, because it's not about working out of the marriage, but how you can get another one to be a problem. So if you are in one already,
again.
What do you say?
I'm trying to remind you that there's nothing this street again. Emphasis on nothing this street again.
Something this street. Just be say we just define now, like we are we're just going too far. That's the thing. Like something
Okay.
they street, we're just going too far. People that love us are just beside us, are just close to us. You understand? But what I'm trying to say is that it's not about walking out of a marriage, but getting in is a problem. Like, so before you can think of walking out, you have to think of, okay, will I see someone else that will love me this person? Because I feel that we are people do say everyone is replaceable, but not everyone is replaceable actually. You understand? So if you have been loved
Yeah.
this way, it doesn't mean that person will love you the same way. It might be less or more. You get? So it's not about just walking out of a marriage. Something that you can communicate with that partner and talk to him about the whole thing. So it's not about. So I would not say you should just walk out of a marriage just like that. You understand? Something that you
Yeah.
can have an intimate conversation with this particular person, that what has happened. Maybe something might have happened, because some guys will not talk. They'll just try to make you feel bad. But if you're the kind of person that is open-minded to this person, that okay, what has happened, what came up, so I feel the whole thing is just about communication, how you can have heart-to-heart conversation with this person.
All right, so I'm at this particular point. Let me just we have a lot of comments, okay, but some of the people who are commenting, Emmanuel Buka, will quickly highlight a couple of comments, and then we'll copy the link and put it in the chat, so that if you want to join via video, you can join us via video. So Emmanuel Buka is saying that. So let me read out Emmanuel Buka's.
As the relationship was fine, and then later it changed. What changed? She shouldn't leave, but try and figure out possible ways to fix it. I think before that one, Chimsi is saying you want her to question a man. Hello, she can't be the one teaching a man how to love her. If he's a man, if he's man enough, why can't he tell her what she's doing, what she did wrong, and making her feel like a stranger? Then Front Splash is also saying if the coming again, a woman will know, and she's already put 2 and 2 together, hence this cry for help. She shouldn't suffer in a loveless relationship. I think I agree with this. Front Splash is saying, why would guys not talk? What happened to communication? Or so the woman alone should do the talking, Abu. Nice one. Okay, and after that, Danny is saying,
I think we are reading it too fast. Let's go back as it appears on the screen. So let's just in the same order that people. So I'm gonna go over this again. The comments.
okay, I think
Okay, so let's start with
from
Chimsy Comfort.
yes.
And Chimsy Comfort said that. What did she say?
Okay, she said you want her to question a man. Hello, she can't be the one teaching a man how to. If he's man enough, why can't he tell her what she did wrong and making her feel like a stranger?
Then Emmanuel Ebuka is saying,
at first the relationship was fine, and then later he changed. What changed? She shouldn't leave, but try figure out possible ways to fix it.
Okay, and then Chimsy responded.
No,
is it Phone Splash?
The next person is Phone Splash. Yeah, Phone Splash.
Okay.
Phone Splash is saying if the love is not coming again, a woman will know, and she already put it together. Hence, this cry for help. She shouldn't suffer in a loveless relationship. Then Phone Splash is also saying, why will guys not talk? What happened to communication? Oh, so the woman alone should do the talking, Abi. Nice one.
Okay, so we'll just catch up on the last comment so that Alfred Danny.
She just got to question her man. Living isn't a good option without knowing what's wrong precisely. What if the man is having his own hard time? Them talk first before deciding.
Okay, so that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
And I think Peter Nwako is saying we've entered again. Let's go. I don't know what this means. Okay, so back to right now.
Why can't she teach? Okay, Peter Nwako is saying why can't she teach him? Okay, he's trying to reply Chimsi. You all ladies, he said at Chimsi, but you all ladies would expect the guys. It's not complete. Please,
okay, so if you're putting comments in the chat, let your comments be complete.
Yeah.
This particular point, a couple of things we would like to tell you. Today's show, we're discussing how to survive your difficult times. Times are hard, times are difficult, from financial In fact, a lot of people's problems globally, there's inflation and then there's financial issues. So we have those. So in these difficult times, we are having these conversations. People are sending emails about things that bother them. If you need help with personal issues, send an email to advice@darkpore.com. Okay, and then we will get back to you. All right, we will discuss your issue over here, and then we'll seek advice for you. So that's basically where we are. We've taken a couple of comments. The conversation we have right now: a woman wants to leave her marriage because she's a single mom. Was a single mom, got married, and the new husband is not taking care of her, and they have children together. Okay, so what's your own take on this, and then would
Okay, I'm feeling the marriage again, obviously, and I think the guy is doing something wrong because okay, from the comment section, I think one part that when Chimsy said probably he's already outside, he's already seeing someone outside. So the love he was giving to her before, he's not giving it to somebody else. Do you understand? So I feel like that's like part of the case too. But I still feel you should talk to him and ask him what's up. It's the only thing I don't know if we don't know if she has asked him that, okay, this is what you're doing to me now. What did I do? In fact, I feel like communication is the best thing in this whole thing. You need to like ask. The guy still needs to still speak up and say, okay, this is what you're doing that I don't like, or this is what you're doing that it is making me like give you attitude and the rest. Well, I feel like everything is just based on communication too, Sha. It's based on communication, and they are not giving themselves the right communication. They are not saying the right things to themselves. That's why, hence, this whole problem. Because I feel like if they have communicated very well, and I don't think she will be here crying for help actually, except she's not saying something that I don't know. She's not
I
saying
have
something.
I have a different take to this, and I know this take might scatter the chat, but let me just say, okay, my take is this, all right, and I'm talking to men with this. If you are here, you're listening. Okay, so listen to an OG in the game. Let an OG give you OG advice. Do not hang out with anybody. Do not hang out with anybody who does not like you more than you like them. I'm telling you for men.
Are you talking to the men?
I'm talking to men right now.
But it's the woman that that
There is one that has the issues, but we'll start backwards.
No.
No. Hear me.
Okay.
Let's start. I'm talking to the men primarily.
Okay.
Because you've spoken, almost everybody has spoken up from the woman's perspective.
Okay.
All right? Do not hang out with anyone who does not like you more than you like them. All right? Because I'll tell you this. Not fall deeper in love when they are with you. Most of the time they come to their senses. And if she does not like you from the outset, it's going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult for her to tolerate your idiosyncrasies. Okay, so I'm talking to men right now. If you know that you are,
I know where you're going to
okay,
right now.
Secondly, I can see Brel is raising his hand. Brel, of course, I'll allow you to respond to me. Secondly, people will not like this, but unless you are certain that you have the emotional stability to stay married to a single mom, it's best to just leave them alone. All right? It's just based on, and I had to preface it, unless you are sure that you have the emotional stability to stay married to a single mom, or if somebody else is, because the husband, the former boyfriend, or the guy who impregnated her will always be in the story. She'll always have somebody to compare you with. Okay, I have listened to her own excuse, and she has already checked out of the marriage. Let's go back to the conversation. Right, I'm going to spotlight what we have here. She has checked out of the marriage. Why is she checked out of the marriage? The reason why I say she's checked out of the marriage is because of that particular phrase. I don't want to leave him so that I won't keep having babies for different men. And I had a son for him already. So our issue is not that she doesn't want to. Our issue is not, her concern is not even the love she has for the man. Her concern with this man is that she doesn't want people to say that several men are impregnating you. That's her concern.
So wait, I want to ask, are you trying to say that she comes to him probably because she's a single mom and she just needed to like, okay, since this person wants to get married to me, let me just marry this person. She doesn't like him. That's what you're trying to say. That she doesn't like him 100%.
I will tell you that she settled for this guy.
She settled for.
It's all over in the text.
What you even said has brought another because people are not saying, okay, we'll go back to that shop. But I feel like for her to come that he's not giving her the love that he was giving to her before. She really likes him. He's just not giving her that love again and everything. I think
You have
it's
not.
too much.
You haven't seen. You have not seen that you. The man will make them suffer, and they will say that I will die on top of this man.
Those people like suffer.
You have not seen women like
There are
that.
some people that don't like stress.
I will tell you. I think this that if a woman loves you, if she has affection for you, if you're having a love marriage, and what do I mean by love marriage? We're talking about love marriages are marriages and you guys got married to each other because maybe you met each other in school and then you got attracted to each other and you loved yourself. It's not as if your parents, it's not like the marriage in which your parents introduced you to yourself.
Yeah.
You met yourself. That's what I mean by love marriage. You met yourself not on the road, but you met yourself outside of the confines of your family's relationship setting or church setting. You got to know each other and then you decided you want to marry each other. I'm talking about, that's why it qualifies as love marriage. Okay? So if you find you absolutely have setting as the man, that the woman in question, all right, has more affection for you. That's my own position. I know Sato will disagree with me on this.
I disagree because people are.
Let me land. And then that's the first step for men. Secondly, do not try to save women. Okay? Do not think that, because it's possible. One of the things I'm also saying, it's possible that the guy probably, each time they have a quarrel, the guy probably may bring up the fact that the reason why you are not even respecting me after all, I got married to you when the father of your child does not want to marry you. And there's no woman who will hear that consistently. Okay? Even if you say it, there might be quarrels you will have that the woman might feel that the reason why you are talking to her is because she's been a baby mama married.
So in essence, baby mama should not get married to
I'm
single men.
I'm saying that baby mama should marry baby daddies and leave the dating pool for single people alone. All right? Because what's going to end up happening if this woman walks out of this relationship is this: she's going to turn this man into a baby daddy, and she's off looking for baby daddy now.
The guy is never going to have an issue, because I think it's easier for guys to I will always say it's easier for guys to meet who they like and end up with the person. Women, I feel like this whole thing of single mothers or single fathers, I think the men have more advantage, because girls, even young girls that are never married, once they see that okay, the person is still capable of taking care of me and okay, the husband, especially those ones that probably the man is sharing them with a lot of money, they will still enter the relationship. In fact, some of them say without money, they will still enter and be like, okay, I like this person for who he is. The child is not anything at all. But to the woman's point of view and everything, everybody's feeling like, oh, she did something wrong. Why would she have a baby, or why is she a baby mama? I don't know that, but I feel like single mothers, single mamas, like you said, they deserve love, to genuine ones, not from this. I don't know.
Okay, so a couple of things I would say before we bring people into the conversation. I even forgot we're out of the. Before we bring people into the conversation, let's need to quickly bring. Okay. I see lots of comments. We'll quickly go back to take the comments. So let's keep track. Where was the last comment on this? Let's see.
Okay, we have to go down. Can we move?
Okay, so I want us to go.
We can
Okay, I think the last comment was we'll start at Front Splash. Front Splash says that what? I think men should stop doing this hard time.
Yes, exactly.
Everyone is having that hard time. She's also having a hard time caring for the kids, and you are here keeping mute.
Exactly. I feel like this hard time thing is
what
emotional.
What does he mean by that?
You know, when guys be like, oh, I'm hard time, or probably they're having one kind of issue like that. If it's not, I don't know if it's not work issues, it's money issue or something like that, and they will not like to open up, because in fact, guys are on this table, they will not want to open up on this table. They'll be like, okay, she cannot solve my problem, so there's no need to tell her. Then they start giving attitude and
okay. So I want to ask you. I want to ask you that. Do you think that men should open up to women on all their problems?
100%. It doesn't change anything.
Okay, that is interesting. I think that's even another topic for men should open up to women.
Yes. So
okay, what benefit is a man opening up to a woman?
At least you understand his mood and okay, this is why he's like this. you will not like you will not build things in your head and just keep things in your head. You know, okay, what's this person thinking? Now what happened to this person?
So let's go back. Again, I will tell you, we'll come back to comments because I can see people in the comments are going crazy. So we'll come back to comments. But as an OG, let me unpack this email for you. I will unpack this email for you as an OG in the game. Listen to the email.
Okay.
Particularly the beginning of the third line. I am married to another guy who doesn't appreciate me. He showed me love at first, but no more, and I am not enjoying my marriage with him. What do you think led to him not showing me love anymore? What do you think happened?
Maybe that's why maybe he's already giving the love to somebody else outside.
I will tell you one of the things that likely happened in this particular story. And this is one of the things. The guy opened up to his wife about their problems. And he probably opened up to the wife without having a solution in view. And so instead of the wife being the one as the center of attention in this relationship, okay, it was the man and his problems.
Oh my God.
If you ask most married men will tell you that if you open up to your woman, you must have solutions in view. If you don't have I want to ask you this question. In your dating relationships, have you ever dated a guy who cried?
Yes.
Okay, and when you cried in front of you, what happened? Be honest though.
See what will happen?
Are you still with the guy now?
No.
Okay, so at least now we know why.
No, it's not because he cried now. So it cannot be because he opened up to me. I don't feel like if you tell me what is happening, I will understand him, and that's why I said I will even understand what is going on with you. I cannot magically just I know what's happening to this person. You just start giving me attitude. Me too, as an OG in the game, women, please be wise. Be very, very wise, because I feel like he's not giving her what she deserves. That's what she's saying here. He's not showing me the love. She emphasized on it.
And what does that love I deserve mean? That's the question we're asking.
Obviously, it's not treating her right again.
Hey, how will you treat her right?
Go back to the way you know one thing about guys. You know when they want you in the first place, the tactics that they will use and everything is different. Then when they now finally fully have you, it's another case. So because they'll be like, now my own. Especially when you are not even married, you don't date my house, so they cannot even behave anyhow they want. Like, okay. And you know, women, we like attention. We like that, like we crave for attention and everything. Okay, we want our men to like, okay, show us the love every single. That is not possible every 24 hours in a day. It's not really possible because obviously I will go to work and everything. But please, when you come on, please make me smile. Don't come frowning your face and
okay. So
me
if the guy comes on, let's comes on right now, and as he has come back home, he has brought his problems home with him. And he is looking for somebody to understand his problems.
That's what I understand it now. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Okay, so we don't agree on this, but let's get back to the
next one.
The next comment is by Chimsey Comfort. See, she says that like you do get, she's also having a hard time. He is getting her stressed emotionally, and after that, we also have a splash. Splash is saying that if she hasn't tried to sort it out, she won't be here with her story, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fun Splash, I'll respond to telling you, what I will tell you is this, is that I don't think she's here. If you read the email that she sent, the email she's sending is that what? I don't want to leave him so that I won't keep having babies for different men, and I had this already. Should I continue with this marriage or just walk out? So when the issue here is not that she's concerned about the guy and his affection, the issue here, she does not want to keep having babies for different men. She has considered it that she can marry somebody else. For somebody to send this in an email, it means the person has considered that. Your thoughts?
She did not consider it.
Okay.
She's just thinking about like future and everything. Like if she leaves, obviously, and I'm sure she's a very she's a nice babe, she's fine. So I have that hope that okay, somebody wants to marry her again and all. She's just thinking like, okay, somebody wants to get married to me again. I will not give them for that person. She's a very nice
so Peter Nolopo agrees with me. He says that the woman should like you more.
We always agree with you.
The woman should like you more for the relationship to work 100%. I agree with the host. Chimsey Comfort responds by saying that men do the loving more. It is much safer for women to have a man who loves her more. Fun Splash follows up by saying that if you handle a single mom, let them be. Don't come and be stressing her with I'm having a hard time. Okay?
Oh my
Women should
God.
never let any man get married to them and feel like they're doing them a big favor.
Exactly.
That's Chimsy comfort.
Good.
Okay, it's like we're having the same set of people. So I'm going to skip. Chimsy also says that did he marry? I'll just pick a couple of the comments because we can't read all of them. Okay, so
I'm not capping, no. I am not
okay,
capping.
so Peter is saying that he's capping. Co-host Mama the cap. Can you solve the financial crisis? Co-host Mama the cap. All right. Why marry somebody when you can't share anything with them? What's a companionship for? So I read Alfred Dan. I talk. He's going through his own shit, but he talked. Now see finish enter. I beg. Miracle responds by saying that men should open up to just a woman. Men should open up to their woman. I didn't get that. I don't really understand. Okay, she repeats, men should not open up to just any woman. Men should open up to their women. Alfred Danny is following up and saying that I talk him, he's going through his shit and he talk about it. Now see finish won't make me lose his wife. I beg, women are never really understanding the way they claim to be. Okay, so we still have 2 more comments and all that. So this person needs advice. So let's get back to giving this person the advice. So I will tell you this, and most people have said that. So I leave it, and this is what I have to say. For the person who sent this email in, you are 28 years old. Okay, so obviously you are still at that particular point. You're a graduate and you're a business owner that you probably can take care of yourself, even if you do not stay with the man. I will tell you that you've been with one man. That man did not marry you. Obviously, we don't know why. You've been a second man. Second man, all right, but it's not as loving as before. People will tell you, married men will tell you that the more responsibilities you have, he has to deal with your child from the first marriage. He has to deal with you. He has to deal with his own child. The affections may not be the way they were at the very, very beginning. You may have to recalibrate your expectations. My own summary of this is this. Sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation with this person. Okay? Do not pour out. If you want to give a chance to fight for your marriage, if you want to give your marriage a chance, you would have to fight for it. And most people will tell you that fighting for the marriage means that you come from a place of, and not from a place of what you want to get out of it. Okay? I know you disagree with me on that. But let's move on to the next one. Okay? So the summary for our case is work on it and get back to us. Let us know how it works out. Okay? So the fourth. Okay, Gabriel wants to respond on that. Oh.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Back. So we're back, yeah. Gabriel, your thoughts?
Since you just left me here, and is it because I'm not texting? But anyway, she said he showed me love. Like let's look through it. He showed me love, knowing that she has a son. She understands. So something must have transpired. I feel that this whole thing is like one-sided from one side, because you cannot expect a man should show you love at first, and he will now still have issues with you from his own end after knowing that you have a child. And also, women should love men more. Women should be 60%, a man can be 40%. Well, I said it's because basically women I said because basically women hate when a man is weak, and it happens if men loves more, and women always feel like they are the prize because she will feel like there are other guys out there. So if a man should love a woman more, there's always this chance that a woman will be very weak and vulnerable to her, and once a woman notices that you are weak, there's always this pride, knowing that yes, so that there are other people that are still longing for her. So I feel that women should love a man more. The whole thing has been on my head since, but just like took time to call me in.
Okay, so we have that. Miracle, you disagree with? Obviously, you disagree because you are shaking your head.
Um, I
Miracle,
don't totally disagree. Can you tell me?
yes, we can. We can hear
I,
you.
so,
Yes, we can.
I was also reading the comments. He said he suddenly just changed. Something must have happened, and it's either there's something you are not telling us, or I don't know. It's like there's something you're not telling us, but something that cannot just happen, just change, bam, and suddenly like that, and started giving you attitude or something. Or it's either it's like hearing thoughts from outside, and maybe you just came to the realization that you had a child before the marriage, and that's when things started.
Okay,
Started to but nonetheless, if he's just giving you attitude because of he's going through hard times, like I wrote in comments, what's the need of giving me attitude? Just keep it to yourself if you're not going to tell me. So that's just keep it to yourself. If you know you're not going to tell me the problem, keep it to yourself and don't give me attitude. Let it rain. So that I won't know that you're angry and I don't know what's the matter. If I ask you, you won't tell me and you're telling me you're going through hard times. Then why are you telling me that you're going through hard times if you're not going to tell me the problem? So that's it.
All right. It's obvious that we're not in agreement on this. It's obvious that we're not in agreement on this. But most men know that for most particular men, is that if a woman, most men who are married will tell you that a lot of times, okay, you may end up having quarrels when you are trying to explain the challenges that you're going through. Okay, if you talk to married men will tell you that a lot of times the best time to share an issue is when you have a solution in view. Okay, because while you're thinking of addressing the challenges at hand, a lot of times, as much as women want to be like a helping hand for you, right? She also has to consider the fact that what will happen to me if this person is incapacitated. And so if your problem that would affect everybody negatively and you don't have a solution for it, you may want to ensure you at least have some form of a solution in view. I'll give it. If a man loses his job and is the sole breadwinner, primary breadwinner, and I'm just giving this example right now. A man loses his job, is the primary breadwinner. There's a very, very good chance that if he goes home and he tells his wife that I've lost my job, okay? If he goes home and says, I've lost my job, it's going to be devastating. If he has had a quarrel with his wife before, that news can worsen the quarrel, okay? If it were the woman that loses her job, I'm talking African cultures now where you have a man as the primary breadwinner. If a woman loses her job in our African culture, it's not as devastating. It's painful, but it's not as devastating to the entire family. So dynamics that you have to consider. But I don't want to drag this on. We've given the person advice, and this is the advice we have from the person. If you want to save your marriage, you have to sit down and have a honest and candid to God conversation with the people you are with. Okay, but if you are feeling that this person does not love you because other people, since you are 28, other people outside are professing love for you, because you know that there's that 28 years old, you're still looking good there. Other people have already started talking to you. If that is the reason, then you may want to think twice, because it's if you offer men a ride, they will take it. But if you tell them they have to buy the car, not too many men would want to buy a car if they can take rides in it for free. Let's just go on to the next one. Okay. So the next email we're dealing with is from Israel. Oh, we spent a long time on that last.
Story 4.
Yes, we spent a long time on it.
Story 3. Okay, now we're in story 4.
So it's story 4. Can we just read it off the screen?
Okay. Okay, my name is Israel and I'm 29 years old. I am 29 years old, come member. Graduated. Wow, I can't see it anymore.
Okay, so let's take it back. All right, so.
Okay, there I go. Okay, My name is Israel. I'm a 29-year-old core member, graduated while with a 2-1, and I study biochemistry. I'll complete NYC, and I really don't know where to start from after my youth service. I don't want to continue teaching in the school I'm currently posted to because even the teachers are all complaining about how they are paid for months. I have a lot of bills to pay and I'm really in need of a good job in Nigeria. But the problem is that jobs are not easy to get in this country and it is finding a good and stable one. Now I'm caught between traveling out or starting up a business. I don't know how. I don't know which of these two would work for me and it's really troubling me. Okay. So this is Israel. I'm 29 years old and I'm a core member.
So what's the question?
Please help me decide. That's the question. So he's saying that we should help him decide if he should travel out or he should stay in Nigeria and start up a business.
Okay, so
Okay. I can't answer this.
why can't you answer this? All right, so Israel is 29 years old, 2-1 graduate, studied biochemistry, finishing NYSC soon, doesn't know where to start from after his he does, but he definitely knows what he does not want to do. He does not want to continue teaching in the school
Yes.
that is currently posted to because all the teachers are complaining about how they've not been paid for months. Yes, he needs a good job, but the problem is in Nigeria, jobs are hard.
Jobs are difficult
to
to
find.
get. Yes.
Okay, so
So he's
I
now
just saw a comment now that threw me off guard. The comment, Brel just posted in the comment and he said that is it 33K you want to use to travel out? It took the wind out of my sails. That's wicked.
okay.
Okay, so yeah.
Life is crazy
So
actually.
Israel is jobs are not easy to get in the country and it's difficult finding a good and stable one. So he's now caught between traveling out or starting up the business. And then what business is on start up? A laundry
A
business.
laundry business, yeah.
Okay.
Laundry business.
Okay, so how do we advise this person? I think to bump up my audio because bump up give me yeah, that's my second is my audio. Yeah, bump my audio. All right, guys, you can hear me, right? I think you bump up your own audio too, a bit, so that people can.
So
I just bump the two up. Okay, so our audio is better now. All right, biochemistry. So I'm the only person who can give this person. Is there anybody? Okay, so let me first start out. Is there anybody in the chat before we give? Is there anybody in the chat who you found yourself in this particular situation at some point in time? Okay, so if you're in the chat and you found yourself in this situation, you found yourself in this dilemma. You are serving where you were working, the pay was terrible, and you were confused as to the next direction, what to do. Just identify yourself in the chat if you've been here before. Okay, so while we do that, a couple of things I need to out. Okay, so and the couple of things we need to throw out is all right. So we have a price that comes with the show. I think we need to modify it. So because people may notice. So we give out 5 of the most engaging guests on the show. Okay. And then we also give out it used to be 20 gig data, but right now it's above that because a lot of times sometimes it's hard getting 20 gig data. Okay, but there are cash prizes to be won. Okay, so 5K cash prize and then 10K data for most engaging guests. Right, so that's what we give out. A couple of other things as well. If you find yourself in a situation in which you need advice, you need help with personal, your email advice@darkpore.com. Today we're discussing how to survive your difficult times, and we're looking at emails that people have sent in. Okay, people have sent in emails. That's what we're treating right now. I'm watching this on the replay. Leave your name and type your name and replay farm in the comments section. Live. Let us know as well. All right. So Right now, we're back to the conversation we are having is there's a 29-year-old core member who is currently passing out and who is currently going to graduate very soon in the next batch, and he's asking the question, should he travel out or should he open a laundromat? He's confused, doesn't know what the next line of action is. I have a comment from Brel Silva in the comment is saying that he should continue the teaching. Greener pastures
They are not paying them now.
Greener pastures are in abroad alone. Start from washing with your hands. Start save up until you can purchase a washing machine.
Okay.
This person needs practical advice. Okay.
I think it's the country that's even the problem. If there were stable jobs or something, I don't think it will have this. It will have this like issue. But there's no like in Nigeria there's no stable job. Especially now that people are reading I don't know, or no, universities are giving people what they do not even want. And come outside, you will now look for a job. And especially, there's one saying that once you are studying something and they tell you, don't worry, you can work anywhere, just know that you are finished. Because there are no jobs in Nigeria currently. I think from like the professional side, that's like the medical side and law basically. The other part, you just have to like find your way seriously in this Nigeria. So I think I understand where it's coming. In fact, I understand where it's coming from because it's difficult getting a job after this whole service thing. Do you understand? And now he's now caught between like, okay, he's feeling like if he travels, he's going to make it there. But at the same time, what if the make it at all? Sometimes, if you travel, some people might not make it there. It's difficult to get a job there too. And you need to like, you need to like settle down first, like do one or two things before you do. Maybe that time that is used to settle down, if you have started that loneliness too, still something. I don't know. I just feel you should do what works
so
for
what
him.
advice do you have for him?
I don't know, for me, he should start his laundry business, for now. Then I feel if he has made enough money that he can now use to travel out, and he can do that. But he should still like try and survive here because if he goes there too, he still has to work extra. Like he has to do a lot of things to like be able to be stable there and all those things. So I feel he should just start from him. Then later with time, he can save up and still travel outside the country if he wants to. He should just save up with his 33K.
Okay. I'll hold a contrarian view. Okay. And I want us to move to the next topic from this. So I'll just quickly summarize because his email is somehow. Mm-hmm. All right. So Israel, if you're looking at this, if you're watching this, if you're watching in the live, I'll tell you this. You've limited your options to two things. Okay, the first option you are saying is that either you travel out, the second is you open a laundromat. And most people will tell you that life is not binary. Okay, you cannot just limit yourself to those two options. All right. So one of the things I will tell you is this: at this particular point in time, as you have started serving, while you started serving, apply for every possible job you can get. If it's a PA job, apply for it. If it's photography, apply for it. Even if you don't have the skill, apply for all possible jobs. A job should be a full-time job. Okay, you should probably devote 3 to 4 hours doing job applications because the labor market is extremely competitive. The country that you're writing from, this person is writing from Nigeria. Nigeria graduates over 1 million graduates every year. 1 million people graduate from universities and from the polytechnics, the BSc and H programs every year, over 1 million. So you're entering a labor market in which 1 million people are looking for the same job you are. And unfortunately, in Nigeria, there are very few job openings for biochemistry graduates. It's a sad thing, people don't like it, but there are very, very few. So you apply for as many things as possible. Don't limit yourself to the option of just opening a laundry service. I would suggest, and I've given this advice on the previous show we held. Okay. Try to get a job that will give you internet access so that you can spend a considerable amount of time sending out applications. Because the limiting step for most applications nowadays is not an envelope or postage stamp. It's the amount you have available to you. So If you are serving and you have data, then spend the entire service year applying for jobs. Take time off work to go for job interviews. Okay, you send in your application. All right, that's one. Secondly, the little you can save doing NYSC. I know it's extremely hard. People will tell you that they are paying 33,000 or whatever. A lot of people, despite that, people get allowances from home. Some people get extra pay from where they work. Even if it is 5,000 naira, save that 5,000 naira. It's not so much as the amount that you can amass, as much as the fact that you are service here, and then you are not returning back home, okay, with nothing saved up. Because if you just leave service here and then you go home and then to move around, you are asking parents for transport fare and all that, that becomes a bit of an issue. The third piece of advice I would tell you is this: is you already have a network of relationship. You have people that attend your church, Christian, or that you go to worship in the mosque together if you're Muslim. You have people that you grew up with in your neighborhood. You have uncles, you have aunties. Find somebody that you can work for. It doesn't necessarily have formal work. If all you get paid is 5,000, 10,000, if you'll be working a few hours in a day, just ensure that you find somebody that you are actively working for and something. And the reason for that is obvious. So I'll tell you my reason for that. The reason why I say that is this. Is because people can fall into patterns of inertia. What do you mean by patterns of inertia? What it means is that the person is not doing any job. And because the person is not doing a job, he doesn't work for like 3-4 months. And because he has not gotten a job in the first 3 to 4 months, he now becomes so depressed that by the time the very, very first job interview, you can smell that depression or that desperation in the person.
Yeah.
And you won't have that desperation that engages you. So try to ensure that you do not get yourself, because some people say that I cannot pick up this job and then they won't stay at home. Particularly if you have parents here, who probably can to feed you and keep you an allowance. Ensure that you do not stay. You are out there, you are going, you are working, you're serving somebody. Because most job openings in countries that's the huge labor market relative to the jobs that are available, most of those job openings, they don't announce them. They very, very rarely advertise them. A lot of times, those jobs are found through somebody that knows someone. So, and I'll give an example. For example, you work with somebody where you are serving. The person you work with where you are serving, all right, may know somebody that says, okay, they need somebody. Somebody needs like a trainer, a personal trainer, or a teacher, or a babysitter somewhere. It's an informal job. Pick it. Whatever job that opens up, as long as it gets you out of the house and you afford your to pay for data and move yourself around, just take the job. And then you use that as a springboard for even better and other jobs. Okay? Now, why I would not advise you to laundromats, all right? Unless you have actually worked in a laundry before. Okay? Unless you worked in a laundry before. If you start a laundromat, it may be extremely difficult to break out of it. What do I mean by that? If you start washing clothes for people, the level of quality service that they may require. I have done that before. Not that I didn't work in a laundromat, but there was a time in my life in which I did a lot of dry cleaning and particularly ironing, dry cleaning, starching, and ironing shirts. In fact, there was a time in which I was spending up to 10 hours a day or so, starching and ironing shirts. If you want to iron an agbada, the agbada can take like 1 hour. A native, 1 hour. Okay? And it's the kind of job, if you are not careful, it may take you away. If you are running it full time yourself, you don't have experience, not like you have family that is doing it, it take you away from being able to do full-time applications for better paying jobs. So think about it. Unless your strategy is to assemble enough resources to start a dry cleaning business and you're ready to stay with it for 4-5 years until it scales, a laundry service is technically labor intensive. Even if you have washing machines, after you wash your machine, you still have to clean them out and manually dust them off. So think about it. It's not, that wouldn't be my first. If you ask me the first skill I would ask someone to learn, I probably would say you should go and pick up a job in a bakery.
That one is hard.
That one is hard. But in that particular one, typically you probably would work with machines and then you probably would acquire skills there that easily translates, can bake breads and all that. And then on your own, you can set up a bakery on your own. Laundromat is support service. You can make so much money and then you spoil somebody's shirt and all the money you've made in a week to buy a new shirt for someone. So just keep that in the bottle. Keep that at the back of your mind. We're giving you practical advice here. It's not, and I'm giving practical advice for someone who has done it. Okay, I've done several jobs. There was a time in my life I taught in the primary school. There was a time in my life in which I did child's household lessons for people. I worked as a graphic designer. I worked to transcribe record tapes for people, to transcribe from audio to write out teaching sermons and other things. And so I've done all manner of odd jobs. And the important thing in the first set of jobs is not necessarily the money you are paid, but the skills you acquire and the relationship and doorway you open to other jobs. We spend so much on, so that's the advice. I don't know if you disagree with anything.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody has joined. Somebody's video is feeding in. Okay, Lois. Lois, we can see you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you too. All right. So Lois, put your camera far away from your face so we can see your face, your full face. So let's move on to the next one. What's the next one?
Wife pressures husband to jackpot.
Okay, this is the one in which we would have loved to have Abu be in the chat. Okay, so read.
Okay, my name is Larry. 10 years, married with 3 children. I make POP design for new buildings. My wife is a full-time housewife. I'm the sole provider. For the past 1 year, my wife has been on my neck for us to leave Nigeria and move to another country because she thinks the grass is greener. At first, I did not buy the idea, but now I have used up my life savings. Been scammed once, but my wife wants me to persevere. My problem now is that I no longer have money to fund this whole process for the 5 of us all. I regret starting this process. How do I tell my wife that I no longer want to be part of the plan in Nigeria?
All right, so your thoughts on this?
I don't know, the woman is...
Gabriel, an immediate response. Gabriel is saying that
No, that's from the last one.
no, he says, well, I don't encourage housewives.
Okay, well, I don't encourage housewife. Being a housewife alone is a red flag. That's from Chimsy.
Okay. Peter Olapa is saying that what?
The story alone, they weak me.
Chimsy is saying that
Being a housewife alone, red flag.
okay, so if you guys read the story,
Then Alfred Danny is saying first mistake of the marriage, your wife a full-time housewife.
okay, so I think so for this particular one, so I'm getting that people are having difficulty joining the live stream. Okay, so we'll send you, if you want to join the live stream, the link to join the live stream is, okay, I guess we'll display the link. We'll post the link in the chat. Okay.
You guys, I think he's the one that told her to be a full-time housewife.
I want to say something at this point. Osato knows more about this story than, because the person who sent the story in, you know the person.
The mail, like, do you understand?
Okay. No, Osato, come on stream. You know this.
I don't know them.
These people now. Don't deceive our people.
Please, I don't know them. Somebody's Gabriel is saying I'll be red carpet. Fonz is saying I don't support a full housewife either.
Okay, so we're back to the conversation. So if you haven't heard what we're discussing, it's this: a particular guy's pressuring him to relocate out of the country. He's a POP designer. The wife's a full-time housewife. He's the sole provider. For 1 year, the wife has been saying they should relocate, they should travel, they should jack, because she thinks other countries are better than Nigeria. He didn't buy the idea initially, but right now the guy buys the idea and he has used his life savings practically to try to travel out. In the process, he's tired because there are 5 children. There are 5 of them,
There are
rather.
3
children. Okay, so he's asking us because we have that I no longer want to be part of the plans to leave Nigeria. That's the question.
He
How
doesn't
do
want
I?
to hurt her feelings.
He doesn't want to hurt her feelings. She's okay. So, how should you tell her?
What are you traveling for? Do you know how much to? Real, do you have anything to tell us?
Let's listen to Brill.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about saying that what are you even traveling for? You understand? You are saying your wife is your wife the man of the house. I'll be at the man of
He
the
loves his
house.
wife. Don't say that.
He loves what?
His wife.
Okay, and say he has 5 children. Okay, let's
No.
take for example now the 5 children.
3 children.
How
3
many
children.
3 children.
3.
Okay, do you know how many years of it should calculate and more reasonable. Do you know how many months or years of POP he'll use? POP, whatever he's doing, we use to set up his life abroad. Because if you are going to can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
We can, yeah.
Okay, so do you know how many years of POP money you gather from that to set up himself in abroad? So you should just consider a lot of things. That it's not about going to abroad. Like, what are you going to do there? You're saying your wife wants you to jack back to what? You are doing well here. You have your business here, and you think going to abroad will make life better for you. It's like going to abroad is just like you are starting from the beginning again. Because
The
better you
grass is
just
greener
use
there.
what you have.
That's what he's saying.
So, green and called yellow ni. Green and called yellow, you see. Why can't you use the money that he has gained from POP and set up or even spoil the wife? Because I feel wife is looking for what wife is looking for is just lifestyle. For her to just think of jackpot when there are other important things to look for is now the traveling abroad. More basically, it makes no sense, to be honest. Like, if your wife loves you that much or so much, she will consider a lot of things. You understand? You cannot say because of, and again, you are the sole provider. So what are you now sole providing? If your aim is going to abroad with no enough funds or intention, so there's no use.
All right. So Brill is like, you shouldn't just bother. Osato,
Yes.
your thoughts? How should he tell his wife he's no longer interested? Because he's not telling us that he still wants to travel. The question in the email in essence, what the email is saying is this: how do I tell my wife that I'm no longer interested in leaving Nigeria? That's the email. So I will address what he's asking.
Okay. I don't know. You should just tell her plain and baby, I can't afford this anymore. Or probably, obviously, she has seen that they have scammed them before and everything. So I feel like she's selfish because obviously she has seen that they have scammed them before and she knows that it's not even easy. And the guy is not that he has like one stable job. He's a POP designer, for God's sake, and that part. She's just looking for. I feel like it's because my friend is outside the country, or she has seen on phone that okay, this person is outside the country. So she feels that this person is living the life there and everything. So that's to like move there too. But I feel like you should just tell her plain that because obviously if the whole money just finished, like if the account just turned red last like this, they will still suffer it. So you should just tell her no longer interested, like plainly. Then anything she does at that point is I think it's her business actually. But you just tell her, it's not even a big deal. He's the head of the house, so you can actually tell her, babe, I am not interested. I can't do this anymore. The whole process is difficult, and taking 5 of them there at once is actually because there's a whole lot of money and the rest. So I think you should just tell her plainly, sha.
Okay, so I will again. I disagree.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, I will disagree. And I'm not disagreeing because I want to be contrarian. I think this man is giving himself a problem.
What problem?
Hmm?
What problem is that?
He's troubling himself now. He's giving himself too much of a problem now. If you want to tell you, if he's saying that, how does he tell his wife he does not plan to travel again? Why does he need to tell her he doesn't plan to travel?
Is his wife now?
Eh?
Is his wife now?
I'm asking her, why does he plan? Why does he need to tell her that he's no longer interested?
He does not have money, obviously, and it's his wife, and basically, they are, I think, she's expecting that okay, he's going to process it and the rest, but he's no longer interested now. I think he needs to tell her because they have been the one planning the whole thing, so he's no longer interested. He's not putting his money in this thing again. So I think he needs to like tell her because she has been the one pressuring him like let's leave the country and all those things now. So
I would say this that I would say that he probably should just continue with his work and shouldn't bring this stuff up.
but she would always bring it up now.
Eh?
She would always
She'll bring it
up.
up and she'll bring it up. We're working on it. That's it.
So I should lie to her.
Not lie, just we're working on it.
But he's not working on it again now.
A 5-year plan is a plan now. You can draw up a 5-10 year plan that okay, 10 years from now I'll raise up enough money and then probably because the issue is
explain
this.
it to her like that now.
Because the issue is this is that this woman is sold on going abroad, whether you like it or not. She is sold. She is sold on going. And the best thing he probably can do is to agree to what she's sold on. And then spend and just realize that it's going to take what? It will take 10 years. The money we have available right now cannot fund it for the next 10 years. So if you want to fund the travel for the next 10 years, you know what you're going to do? Do you know what the wife will
No.
you know where I'm going?
She
Well,
should
she
not
get
be
a
a
job
housewife
now.
again.
To get a job, exactly. How can you be happy and you are dictating to your husband that you want to travel abroad? Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird guy here. Housewife. There's a word they don't call it abroad wife now. It's called housewife. And what does the house mean? It means that housewife stays in the house.
Yeah.
If you want to travel abroad, then get a job, get a job, and work together. It's extremely difficult for one person, and that's why I said, okay, so to put to put aside, to stop being satirical or cynical rather, the way Nigeria, African countries are structured now, if you don't have two people who are working, it's extremely difficult to get even. We're not saying get ahead though. It's extremely difficult for you to meet up with your debts. Because every single day you keep incurring debts or you keep incurring expenses. Let me not use the word debt. It's hard for you to keep in step with your expenses. If you have 3 children, a family of 5, all right, that means that if this is that they're going to eat 1 egg per day, they will feed a crate of egg in 6 days. You understand me? That's just a crate of eggs. So the man has a lot of expenses ahead of him. The only way, and one person cannot meet family obligations, feed the family, take care of her, foot the school fees, and at the same time have money left over to plan an overseas trip, particularly if the person is not working in an oil company, is not working a job in a very, very high paying. He's a POP designer. POP design, yes, probably make a lot of money at once. But in between jobs, you can have periods in which you get a contract, you do POP for new houses, and then the next job in 4 months. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would just tell your wife that if I were in your shoes, this is what I would say. If I were in your shoes, I would tell, and I will explain to her. I have no problem. Let me go to one. If I were in your shoes, talking to your wife, I would tell her in my sweetest possible, sweetheart, I have no problem traveling abroad. None at all. I just have a bit of challenge paying for it alongside the school fees, the house rent, the feeding expenses, and taking care of our aging parents, both yours and mine. So if this traveling abroad matters to you, all right, get it. We'll use my own job to continue to feed the family, pay the house rent, pay the school fees, and take care of our aging parents. We will use your own salary, all right, to plan the travel arrangement. Okay, I think that's a very, very fair conversation. I don't know, you don't, obviously you don't agree.
No, I agree because she's the one first.
Osato, if you don't agree, let's hear it now. Let's hear
No,
it now.
I do agree with this one because I don't even support that one. She's pressuring him too much, actually.
All right, so giving this, let's move on to the next. This person didn't send the story in, but somebody comment. Let's just quickly take
In comments.
Okay, we have phone splash. Did you read phone splash comments?
If he goes alone, he should go abroad alone with his wife first, instead of with the entire family. She should go and hustle there with him. Then Bria replied that, okay, Bria, what are you traveling for? Do you know how much for plane tickets? Do you know what plane tickets is now? The miracle is saying you use your life savings to feed scammer. Child. Then first splash is also saying if he goes alone, if he can do all those things, he did all for love. The love will make him remember home if he travel alone. Laughing out loud.
I think just we'll catch on this and then we'll move on. This is the last thing I want to say about this.
Okay.
In this particular situation, if the man, if he travels alone without his wife, and he goes there and he did not plan to relocate, he relocated because his wife wanted him to travel, and his wife is staying back in Nigeria and he's working out, he will resent the woman. If he travels out of the country on his own, it's not his own primary dream, it's his wife that is staying abroad there so that he can bring them. He's going to do that. Okay, I will tell you this. If you know you want to do it, have a candid conversation with your wife, your woman, and explain to her that you are ready to travel if she's ready to work to pay the bills. That's the way. If you cannot work to pay the bills, then everything will die down gradually. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Next, we have 3 more stories to go. If you've made it this far, a couple of we're discussing how to survive your difficult times. All right, that's the caption of today's stream. How do you survive your difficult times? People sending their emails. At the end of this email, we'll give a couple of recommendations on how to deal with difficult circumstances that you may be facing. Also, if you need help with personal issues, please send an email to advice@darkpore.com. We'll read your email, we'll add it to the email, and then we'll discuss. So that's basically where we are now. So let's go to the 6th story. The 6th story is a story. This person didn't send an email in, but we have a story that came up today. All right, there's a modern female graduate that is unable to pay her house rent, and so we felt that it's something that we should get into. All right, for us.
Okay. And then from Akwa Ibom, graduated University of Uyo in 2005, served and returned home, and hasn't been able to secure a job since to date. She sells groundnut to make ends meet. Recently, a landlord evicted her because of her inability to pay the rent of 3,500 per month. What does she do? And this article, I think in the article it was he threw her out of the house when it was raining heavily. Threw her and her things out of. He was not able to pay the rent. So the thing is that I don't know, but with the whole comments and everything, when the article dropped, people were saying, "Oh, the country is bad." People were saying that at least the landlord would have helped her and the rest, and just allow her to stay.
Okay, so we have a couple of people who are saying that they will join the chat, but they cannot come in the chat. So we're going to do it this way. If you want to join the chat and you can't come in, come to go into the comments and we'll put the link in the comments. So if you want to join us live, maybe you want to ask this particular issue, I can see Tose Kushelu just sent me a message, so I'm just reading your message right now. Tose sent me a message and he said he's been watching on YouTube. So if you want to join, I've sent you the link, Tose Kushelu. The link is room.evmox.com guest. You can join us, we'll listen to our conversation. Okay, So right now, the conversation we're having is this. So for those of you who are for those of you who are watching, and this is the link. The link is what's displayed on the screen right now. So if take a look at the link, that's what we're just click on that link, and it will bring you right into video. You can join the conversation. We have just emails to go, and then we'll get into a quick summary of how to deal with difficult times. So what we're tackling is a particular story: a modern female graduate unable to pay her house rent. All right, and then she's asking she's been graduated from university 19 years. She really hasn't had a job. That's where we are. Okay, so advice for her, practical advice that she can work with.
I don't know.
Your mood it's as if you just, most of these stories, the challenging about these stories we've read is that the stories are hard, and a lot of times people do not like listening to these kind of things because it kind of like kills your mood. The thought that someone can 19 years post youth
no
service.
job selling
Is Osato
granules.
crying? Osato is crying in the studio. Are you serious?
I'm not crying, but it's kind of difficult because I think that's what I was saying when we were talking about the story. This after this whole saving thing, after you graduate, it's crazy out there actually because of this whole job situation and how the government is, and now even 3-5 per month, you can never even afford it. I don't know. It's crazy actually. It's very very sad.
Okay, so we're gonna bring our regulars in. Miracle,
Can you hear me?
what does MM do? What does MM do? Miracle, you're up.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, but you're
Um,
using AirPods because we can't hear you clearly. You're
yeah,
using AirPods, right? Okay, because it's picking up lots of background. It's picking up lots of background. You have to speak up a bit louder. Yes. All the advice
Okay.
is based on your knowledge of things.
Well, the best advice I'll give to her is there are a lot of let's say online work that she can just get involved in and be making a little money, like making some money. And if she can't get online work, she can go into volunteering and do a lot of stuff. Because I don't know, things are hard, I get it. But I mean, if you just meet some people, let them engage you in what they are doing, or you just go ahead and learn work. Go and learn work if you don't have any skill. Because right now, the only thing that is paying more than 9 to 5 job is your skill. Your skill also helps. For her making this comment, it means that she does not have any skill at hand. So the best thing is to just find where she can just go and learn something and start making her money from the skill that she has. So that's the only advice I can give to her.
Okay, Gabriel. Gabriel. Okay, we can't hear Gabriel. I saw Toast quickly come briefly in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so your
Alright.
thoughts. What would you advise?
I would advise her that she should go. She can ask for a credit shift, seek for a credit shift, or maybe a loan, a small amount of loan she can use to expand her business. Because now I feel that she needs money and she doesn't start working. Because even if you want to learn anything, it will take you some time. Like, so she needs money at that period of time. So what I would feel, she just seek for a loan, short amount of loan, and also localization. If there's a way that she can change or change the location of where she's selling her granules, because I feel that maybe she's not really getting more than she usually gets. I feel that she can just change the location to a better place that would bring in more customers. That's the second point. So credit thrift first, and if it just a short amount of loan, just to expand and also change the location of where she is. So that's what I just feel, because the whole thing is actually painful. 3-5 and not kicking out. That's like the whole lot.
All right. So, Miracle, we said something that's a couple of things that you said much earlier were practical. Some of the things that you said were not practical. And I'll tell you the reason why it's not practical in this situation. This person does not have, this person cannot pay house rent. This person cannot pay house rent of 3,500 naira. It's very, very unlikely that this person will be able to pay for an online skill. Okay? It's extremely unlikely that this person will be able to pay for an online skill if you can't on 500. Okay, so I would tell this, and this is the reason why I would say, if you just keep this at the back of your mind, I do not pray that anybody who is watching this live stream finds themselves in this situation. If you ever find yourself in this particular situation, you need support systems around you. Okay? It's extremely hard for you to go 40 years on earth, 50 years on earth without having family in one form or the other. Okay? If she had been, what, you're shaking your head?
I'm thinking about the process and since 2005.
Because this is a long period of time.
Long.
If you are living alone, you would have family, you would have a father, you would have a mother. If your parents are not alive, you would have siblings. If siblings are not alive, you would have a church that you attend. Okay? You should have support systems. And not every single thing is money. And a lot of times, most of us underestimate the role of relationships. Okay? When I see people who are struggling, who have a difficult time, a lot of times if you sit back and check, you find out that they did not prioritize relationships. They didn't keep relationships. Relationships are not a priority to them. And when they fall upon hard or difficult times, it becomes extremely difficult for them to find support systems. Okay? So, if she attends a church, right? If she attends a church, I would suggest, or if she attends a mosque, I would suggest she brings it to the attention of the religious leaders or people who are around. Okay? She may have to spend time in a place of, she may have to have it at the back of her mind that she's going to stay in a place of, I don't want to say a place of worship, but she has to find a place to squat. Okay? And then you have a plan after that. If you squat for like a month or 2 months, whatever job that you're going to pick up, if she can roast granola, then it means that she can sweep. Right? She probably should pick up a sweeping job that will allow her to make ends meet while trying to get back into the labor market. We don't know what this person graduated with. We don't know whether this person graduated with first class or second class degree. We don't know whether this person has any mental health issues.
That's what I want to also.
Because that has to be addressed. Okay? If she has mental health issues, having a up around her is necessary to address that. There are lots of people. There are people who have, we call it schizophrenia. Schizophrenia means that they start seeing things. Basically, the person is mad. Okay, and it's extremely difficult for people who have schizophrenia or people who have bipolar disorder. It's hard for them most of the time to hold down regular jobs. Not because they don't want to do the jobs, but because they actually are afraid of them. I recall when I went for youth service, there was somebody who came to the camp that he was a schizophrenic patient. That guy, he was mad and he came to camp. And I think where he was rushing to rush down to camp or so, he forgot his medication. All right. So about I was in the camp clinic that then. About 4 or 5 days into the camp, the soldiers they ran down to the camp. What happened? They said there's a guy who is hopping around. The person is hopping around. He's hopping on one leg around their dormitory in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. And the guy was talking loudly and talking to people they could not see. At a point, the soldiers were afraid to move near him. Eventually, they bundled the guy and they brought him. And the guy had enough power to beat up 6 soldiers. That was how he had enough power to beat. So we had to sedate him. Now, people like that, if you have mental health issues, it's extremely difficult for such a person to hold down a regular job. Because are you going to hire a madman? Would you want to work in a bank and then your person near you has schizophrenia? Okay, so in the absence of mental health issues, in the absence of mental health challenges, any job, or if it's going to be like it, even if you feel that the job is beneath you, when you are homeless, that's not the time for dignity. All right, so relocating is going to cost money. Renting an apartment is going to cost money. The first step is to find just mental health clinics or facilities that can provide support for this person. That's the very, very first step. And then once you have that, you build up from there. Details about that. But if for any reason you are watching this live stream and you think that you can help MM, if you do a Google search, her name is MM. If you do a Google search, her name will pop up. All right, and then if you can find a way, to track her. And we hope that all is well with her. We'll take the seventh story for today, and after that, I think we have like one more, and we'll make a couple of our big announcements. Okay, so we'll have to be quick with this. The seventh story.
Okay. Friends, cold nudes on Twitter.
Okay, so friends souls nude on Twitter. That's the story. Can you read?
Yeah. Okay, my friend has 2 other friends, and these 2 other friends make videos of themselves and send it to some white people abroad. My friend did not come. My friend did not care because he understood that it is what they can do to make money this period. Until a fateful day, my friend asked me to also make a video of myself. I'll be paid handsomely, and only the white people abroad will get to see it. So I agreed to it. Unfortunately for me, these 2 friends sold the video to a Twitter account, and it was posted with consent. It took several begging and plea before this video was later taken down. I forgave these 2 friends and hasn't blocked them off completely after they sold my personal video off for money.
I don't understand this person's email now. This email is hard to read.
What do I do?
I really don't understand this email. This is a difficult one. Yeah. Those of you guys who are like social media generation and all that, I do all manner of stuff and all that. I guess this is for you guys to jump in. Because at this particular point, I can't.
Okay, to what I understand, because me too, I don't even understand. I think the person doesn't want to personalize it. Okay, the person is. I think he has friends that like make, should I say naked videos of nude videos of them and send to people, white guys on the internet and all. So I think they convinced him to make a video too, and he made the video. And they told him that it's only the white people that are going to see. But unfortunately for him, he stumbled upon his video on Twitter, on X. So and he begged them and everything to like remove the video and everything before they managed to remove it. So now I think he's saying that he forgave them, but he hasn't like cut them off completely and doesn't know what to do. Should he cut them off completely, or he should just still be friends with them and everything? I think that's what he's asking.
Okay. This is a hard one. So I have to make an announcement at this point because we're getting lots of feedback. There are lots of people who want to join via video, and you're saying that you have connection issues. We apologize for that. We're not sure what's we're not particularly sure what's with the video.
Until people in these comments are not okay.
I think these people in comment are not. Well, we'll get to that. So if you're watching this from, we have a couple of people watching from outside the country. We're broadcasting this live stream from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, and so is the pretty young lady beside me. All right, so you can try to join in. Ideally, you should check your internet speed. Your internet connection should at least afford upload speeds of over 3 megabytes. 3 megabits. Okay, so if you have that, if you are not on broadband, if you are using data on your phones and all that, you may have connection issues. We'll still work to tweak that in subsequent live streams. If you are watching this live on the show, please engage. We want everybody to go to the video and do us a favor right now. Go to the video and just like, all right? To the video and leave a like on the video. Okay. In fact, we're not going to engage with this particular topic until you guys leave a like. So leave a like on the video, just like the video, so that. Okay. So we'll give you like 15 seconds to quickly do that. Just like the video. Get the engagement up on this video. The friends told while we are waiting for that, we're going to read a couple of comments and then we'll engage with this particular email. So Peter Nolopo is saying that shock and there, so thrown off balance right now. Okay. Phone splash. His friend sent his nudes out. All right. I still don't. There's an issue I have with this particular story, and it's one of the things I'm trying to get. Which I still do not get. This person, is this a guy or a girl?
Guy.
Wait, I don't understand. I'm short of words. So this is a guy.
Yes.
Okay,
guy.
so this person, my friend has to, and these two other friends. Are you sure this person who sends me is not the owner? Is not the person who has the problem? My friend has two other friends, and these two other friends make videos on themselves and say to white people, bro. My friend did not understand that that's what they can do to make money this period. Okay, so until that fateful day, his friend now asked him to also make a video of himself, and then he paid them handsomely. And only white people abroad will see it. So he agreed. Then unfortunately, he did not send the video to a Twitter account. And it was posted without his consent. So he's asking, what do I do? Okay, I get it right now. Let me hear your thoughts. After I hear your thoughts, we'll hear from Miracle and Brel. Miracle and Brel, I think you've done that has prevented other people from joining the live stream today, because we're seeing people lamenting in WhatsApp messages that they are trying to join, they can't. Okay, so he's asking that should he continue the relationship with.
It's not even alright for even asking these things. It should not even continue. It should just, I don't know, cut them off completely, because obviously they lied. First of all, it was, I don't know, he's a big fool for even doing it. First of all, it's for the money actually. Then you found your video on X. You pleaded for them to now you're still asking if you should be friends with them again. I don't think, please.
Yeah, but he said something here now. What he said is that if you look at what was said, he said in this particular, there's something which he said there. He said that my friend did not care because he understood that that's what they can do to make money this period.
That's what I'm saying now. He did it for the money, obviously. The money was desperate.
So I have a story to tell. Okay, it's a very, very short story. All right. Because we do the show, because we do a physical show. All right. Beyond the live stream, we actually have a show in our studios. I've had people who have come in physical shows to talk to me, and somebody narrated a story which I found a bit bizarre. The person mentioned that there are some websites. Scam business is actually big business right now. All right. The particular person mentioned that there are some websites. When people go to those websites, they can more or less they can either dance nude or whatever, and then people pay to keep them on the stream or whatever. So, but that's not the part that pains me. What pains me in this story is that a man is sending his nude pictures to his male friends. Do you know how weird that is?
That's what they're doing for the money.
I don't really get, as in it's weird. You know, it doesn't sound weird to you.
It is actually, it's weird, but he said it that
That's
he
like
was,
you sending nude pictures to a female friend.
God forbid.
Do you understand me? It's a very, very weird thing. This is a very, very weird thing. I don't know what advice to give you. Let's look at the comments and then we'll...
Oh my God.
So first splash, let me read it.
Okay, first flash is okay. His friend sent his nude out. Then Peter is saying shocking story here and there. Okay, so balance right now. The miracle is saying it's no mistake. I beg, cut off on between besides. Oh, cut off on between besides.
Okay.
Okay. Then Front Flash is saying they wanted to blackmail the dude before. Laughing out loud. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. You guys do it to others. So now it reach your turn, he pay you. Baba, I don't know. Peter is saying the guy is a joke. Is it really weird? The miracle is still saying, okay, Peter is saying this guy is a joke. Miracle is saying what were you expecting when you took a video to give your fellow man? Then the next person is Brielle. Brielle is saying, you know what you were looking for, so you got it.
Who is Logan Katie?
Logan Kate is saying, the Zoo gay business. A Comcast is looking for this to cover his tracks. Okay, and
It's hilarious. What's it most go see for gates?
oh my God. Okay, I think the last comment there is from Brielle and it's
You skipped the first splashes comment now.
which one?
First comment. Leave the comments.
Okay, I'm not seen that one.
Okay, you can just read it off this.
Okay, say sending nudes to their gay clients now, you know, pass them. This country with the like she can remember me.
And then finally, Breast comment.
Grace comment is the kind of friends you keep has backstabbed you. Can you imagine?
All right, so we're back. So we've caught up on the comments and all that too. All right, Miracle, your thoughts on this? It's Miracle and Gabriel. So your thoughts on this? Because I can see you've been laughing all the while. So you have to give space between your face and the camera as usual. You're too close to the camera. Okay. You are muted. You have to unmute.
Okay.
You have to unmute your mic, Miracle. Can you hear? Okay, good. So your thoughts.
Okay.
Just,
cut them off.
you have to volume.
Maybe just cut them off. Cut them off. The thing is, maybe they try to have access to your body and maybe you are this kind of reserved person. So they decide to ask you by themselves so that to see if you do. And now they lie to you. There's possibility that they will lie to you again and again and again. So the best thing is just to cut them off. And you too, they ask you, give me, just tell you only that I want to tell it to somebody. You do not have to hear who. Even without even asking yourself, you entered, I don't know where you entered, you slapped yourself. And you sorry for laughing, but it's just funny, because what were you expecting? What were you expecting before? You expect your own. Well, that's all I have to say.
All right, friends, like the kind of friends you keep at backstab. All right, so I'll tell you this. Because I think we have one more. We have one more story after this. Okay. So this is about these are our thoughts on the stuff. So it's good to see that people in the say have caught up with what's going on. Okay, it's good to see that people in the comments have yeah, what's going on. And I'll tell this guy that it's going to be extremely hard for you to explain this to people. Or as people would say, as people would say on the page, you go explain tire.
No evidence.
It's going to be extremely hard, right? So I would answer this email as if we believe you are being honest. Okay, but I'll tell you this. I have to be careful, choose my words carefully. Okay, so I'll tell you a story. When I was in university, this story was narrated by a friend. The friend that was narrated by a classmate rather, and this classmate had a friend.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm sure for the same school, if I mention his name, he's a doctor, he's an anesthetist now, so most of you will probably know him. So my classmate had a friend, and his friend had got into the habit of borrowing money from people. So each time he would borrow money from people. Okay, and then anytime he would borrow money from people, one person he borrows money from is coming to ask for his money. He will tell this my classmate. They say that see that guy who's coming to ask me, this guy is coming to talk to me. Just watch you. He's Bolomini. It means that he's the kind of guy that if I package story for the guy will just take the story.
Yeah.
You will believe it is. So as the classmate was friends with him and consistently over the course of I think about 6 months, he probably had not 20 people who that guy will say that person is my bolo. And when that person complains, where's my money? Let's call him Kelvin. Yes, it's Kelvin, where's my money? You just tell him one story and then the guy would accept the story and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Until the day came when my classmate, all right, had loaned the guy money.
Yeah.
My classmate loaned Kelvin money, and then he now wanted to go and collect his money back, and he saw Kelvin sitting with some boys. And then when he got there, Kelvin was talking to those boys when he arrived. And what just came to his mind is that Kelvin most likely will be telling these boys that this guy coming is my boy. So when he got there, he told Kelvin, I don't care whether if I've told them I'm your boy, my money. What does that mean? If somebody has done something to other people, there's a very, very good chance that they will do it to you, particularly if you are their friends. Okay, so if you've been hanging out with people who have been selling nudes to white people, men who have been selling nudes to white men, all right, most likely your friends there, if they do not have those tendencies there, your friends are not ashamed of that kind of a lifestyle. They have been spending their money, they will drag you into it. Okay. And I'm saying this because as a man, a woman cannot, I am a man, a woman cannot ask me to send my news, a woman, and I will send them. Not to talk of another man asking me for it. You understand me? So there's something in your story that does not. But I will tell you this, assuming your story is true, the summary of the advice I'll give you is this: just stay away from those kind of friends. All right, because those are the kind of friends that can destroy you for profit.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's I think.
No.
Okay.
Next story. Don't do it. No.
Just a minute. Okay, we'll quickly catch up on the comments. The kind of Brel says the kind of you said that somebody's watching.
Yeah, like.
Okay, we have somebody who is person who denied watching. Brel says that the kind of friends you keep has backstabbed you. Peter and Opo says that access to a man's body, waiting we don't go see for this. James in Comfort is shouting, Peter. James Comfort is even saying it's shameful to sending It's a shameful thing taking news and sending to your own gender. Okay. We have the person who sent in the ninth story. Something I will jump to the ninth story because the person who sent ninth email in is on the live stream right now. We can see the person. That's what has been brought to my attention. So we'll take the ninth story, and then so let's go to the ninth story. What's the caption of the ninth story, by the way?
Sorry, this today. No, this one. Yes, friends.
Just a brief moment. Okay, so this story, this person is considering dropping out of school.
Yeah.
All right. And so it's important. So please, for everybody who is in the chat, give your advice. This person needs advice. She's coming out of school. Okay, so let's just read the story.
Okay. I have a student named Chidera who sought my advice. So this is particularly like a person, she's seeing her student story and she's watching. Okay, she took the JAM exam. Last year she took the JAM exam. Was LASU as her top pick. However, when the admission lists were released, her name didn't appear in the first and second batches. Feeling discouraged, she believed in and started learning tailoring, like fashion designing. After some weeks, the supplementary list came out and she found that she got admitted. Even though she was making progress in tailoring, she decided to leave it and focus on school. Now that she's in school and she feels like nobody cares about her, unlike her boss of the tailoring workshop, always make who always made sure she stayed focused and focused. The lecturers may or may not show up to class. Lecturer, I won't mention his name, who always advises students to pursue work if school isn't working for them. Every time he comes to the lecture hall, he says, "Stop wasting money. Stop wasting your parents' money on school and do something that will benefit you. Should you go back to tailoring or finish school?" Okay, that's how.
All right. So we'd like to have your thoughts on this in the comments. So Chidera just gained admission to LASU.
Yeah.
We don't know what course she's studying. She's gained admission. Before she gained admission, she was learning how to tailor, to sew clothes and all that. And then she found out she got admitted. So even though she's making progress with tailoring, she decided to leave it and then focus on school. But there's a problem now that she's in school. It's like nobody cares about her. The boss at the tailoring place cares about her, and that will make sure that she stays focused. But lecturers sometimes don't show up to class for lectures. Okay. Also, there was a particular lecturer who kept telling them that if you know that you're not focused in school, that you should just
Stop wasting your
stop
parents'
wasting your parents' money and just drop out and go and learn a skill. So she's asking now, should she drop out of school? We have no idea of what course you're studying, Chidera.
Okay. Fun Splash is saying, laugh out loud. If she's waiting for a lecturer to encourage her, she's in a long thing in the band voice.
All right, so Fun Splash is saying that stuff is sinking.
Yes. That stopped. No, this is where you look at. This is
Okay. Yes, so this is a hard one. Your own experience. You finished from uni, Ben, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your own experience generally. Should she drop out of school?
She should just, because during the holidays she can still go back. She should stay and just, I feel if you are going to a university like that and you are waiting for lecturers to encourage you and say, read your book, so fooling yourself, because obviously you're an adult and lecturers don't even have time to start petting you and start telling you, read your books, do this, do that. They will just, in fact, some of them might not even come the whole of the semester. Said when the exam come, you have to write the exam and they will mark it. So I feel like she just like, maybe she this is her first time in the university now. She thinks it's like the secondary school system where when the teachers will run and, oh yeah, go to the class, stay here, do this. She has not, I don't think she has like, she understands that university is a different life entirely and you have to like do things on your own practically. And even if they are not coming to class or anything at all, that's the thing, we don't know what she's studying. But I feel like she should just stay, do whatever she has to do, make sure she just gets back that degree, obviously, because many people nowadays, they don't want to hear, oh, I learned this, I learned that. Some of them still want to hear, okay, with what you learned, do you have a degree? In fact, some guys will say they can't get married to somebody that did not go to school at all, at all. So I think that she should just stay and just bag her degree. And when she's done, and funny enough, during the holiday, she can still go back to her fashion design stop and go and learn. Do you understand? Because they are like long holidays sometimes. Sometimes after second semester, before the next session begins, it's kind of long and she can still go back and learn. So it's not a difficult thing for her. So I feel like she should not drop out, because dropping out is not even an option at all in this generation at all. It's not an option. So me, basically, I think that's what I just have for her to her.
All right. So that's Tosi Okushelu. We'll see you. Tosi Okushelu will see you. Brel is still in the chat. Brel is in the video. Miracle in the video. So Brel, we're gonna bring you in, Brel. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this. All right? Are you good? So you can unmute. Let's just have you. She's asking for advice. This is a developing story. It's not All right, we can't hear you, bro. Your audio is we can't hear you. Your audio is muted. Okay, so while you're working on getting your audio issues sorted out, so I'll tell you a couple of things before I give you my own take on this. I'll tell you a couple of things before I give you my take on. I'll give you my own take on this. So I'll tell you a couple of things. Next week, we'll be having people join us to discuss. We'll have people that will join us to discuss how to judge your business and ideas. So it's something that we'll be having a strategist. He'll be joining us in from Abuja. He used to work he was the head of the FX foreign exchange markets at Diamond many years ago when Diamond Bank was still Diamond before they made Access. And he currently works as a strategist for organizations all across Nigeria. He will join us on the live stream next week. So we're just saying that so next week, okay, it's going to be how to judge your business ideas. I would advise you to try to ensure that you're there, okay? So how do you judge business and career ideas? Brel is still in the chat. Brel, we want to hear your thoughts for this lady before I give you my take. Okay, Brel is having connection issues. Miracle, what's your advice? You're going to have to unmute your audio. Unmute your audio. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, so since it seems that most of our people are having technical issues, so we'll come back to this next week.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Tosin, it's good to see you.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? We can see you. You'll have to unmute your mic. Hey, Tosin, how you doing? Yes, I can hear you. It's good to be. All right, so you've been following the show, right? Okay, so this particular, we may have to go back to one of the topics we discussed. But I think you can. So I'll bring Tosin in. Bring you in the video right now. Okay, I'm going to bring you in now. Okay.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So you're going to. So what should she do? Should she drop out of school?
I'll need to quickly read up the story again.
Okay, so let me. I'll unpack the story for you. Let me just unpack the story for you. There's a girl. Her name is Chidera. She's seeking her advice. Last year she took the JAMB exam, and then she chose LASSO as her top pick. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me?
Yes.
And then however, one admission, and I think this story resonates because I know you. We have a bit of history, so I know a bit about Okay, so I'm sure that you will understand this story. Once we're done with reading the story, you will see how it relates to you. So she picked lasso as a top pick, and then however, when admission lists were released, she didn't get in the first, second time. She made the third list. Between the time in which her name appeared, she has started learning tailoring.
Yeah.
And so only for her to resume, and then she's noticing that lecturers in the school are not coming to lectures, nobody cares about her. Her boss at the tailoring workshop was more caring than the lecturers she has in university. And then one lecturer comes around, and when he shows up, he's telling people that they should stop wasting their parents' money on school, and they should do something that will benefit them. So she's asking now that should she go back to tailoring or should she finish school? Okay, so that's where we are.
Yes. So, like
Your
you
thoughts?
said, Doc, this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can.
Like I said, the story definitely resonates. I could see myself in that scenario. And what I would say is, right
You can
now,
share your own personal story. Your personal story and experience, all right, so that this person can learn from it.
yes, I can share my story. So way back 2025. Okay, so I finished. Yeah, I think I finished school 2024, and
Or
so I.
2014, 2024. This is this year.
Oh, sorry, 2004 rather. And I was also at that crossroad of having written JAMB once, second time, and then also the third time. I was at that crossroad of what do I need to do while I'm waiting to gain admission. And that was when at that time, 20 years ago, what was trending then? There wasn't really Facebook at the time. Facebook was not very prominent. Social media was not very prominent. So what was the in thing then was to go and learn computer. Yeah, that was really the in thing then. And I remember I was able to then latch onto that opportunity to start learning computer before I gained admission. To the extent that by the time I gained admission, I was already maybe a computer guru one way or the other. And I'd met Dr. Darkpore there in the studio, and my computer skills gained a bit more traction at the time. So by the time I was going into the school, in a class of about 250, 300, I was like in fact, people thought I was studying computer science by the time I started admission, or I started my 100 level. So, but to now relate it back to this lady's story, I think we are now in an age where, to be very, very honest, you don't necessarily need formal education to thrive. I know a lot of people who are like they will say, people who are making things happen without their BSc certificate, if I can use that word. So, for instance, my wife is a tailor, but she's not even using her BSc cert. She studied accounting, and she's not even using her BSc certificate to fend for herself. And I can say categorically that she's also contributing a huge amount into the family pot. So back to this lady, I would advise her, if she's very passionate about tailoring, she should please take tailoring very seriously. I'll also give another example. I met a friend while I was in school. This guy is very passionate about tailoring. In fact, as at when we were in 100 level, this guy, the way he dresses to class, he dresses more than the professors, or the guy is very fashionable, right? To the extent that by the time we got to 400, he was the one that, in universities, when you're in front of the level, you guys want to graduate, you set up a graduation committee. You guys will say you guys will want to wear some clothes, the whole graduation vibe, to say, okay, ejeka shasho, for those that are permit my Yoruba for those that are non-Yoruba speaking. So this guy was the one that we contracted to sew the graduation clothes for everybody, in my department, and we're about 300 or 400. So I'm just saying, this is a guy who he already knew that he was just studying economics for the sake of it, and and today this guy is now a big time. In fact, this guy is a big time tailor, to the extent that one of the is the official tailor of one of the uh, prominent pastors in Abuja. In fact, this guy was he was the one that sold my wedding clothes. So, but what I'm saying in essence is, if this lady is very passionate about tailoring, she should not second guess herself. In fact, she has the market already in the class. Let everybody. For me, I would advise her to turn her classmates to her customers, so she can start sewing clothes for them, and she can start, expanding and building her brand from her class. And then it will even be easy for her to then, by the time she's graduating, she already has her customers in the class already, which is a big deal. I'll also give another example. I have another friend too, who, when we were in school, started photography at 100 level. You know what this guy did? This guy turned everybody in his class. Imagine everybody in his class from 100 level to 400, 500 level. All of them in the class were his customers. So this guy was making money from he was able to pay his school fees from the school, from his class.
Why
And
don't
this guy
you tell
even
us
did
who
something.
this your friend is?
Sorry,
Why don't you just tell us who this your friend is?
I'm not sure you know him. He's fashion. He's his photography outfit is called Transformation Pictures. So this guy,
Okay.
let me also let me also tell you what this guy did. When we served together in Ibadan, and this, NYC is that phase where a lot of ladies get married. So all the ladies they met in NYC, all of them, as they were getting married, they were contracting their wedding pictures to the guy. This guy took it to the next level. When he went to study masters in Unilag. When he got to Unilag, all the ladies in the class, he got their wedding contract to be their photographer. And now he has even transitioned into video editing and all of that. So what I'm trying to say in essence is, this guy studied geography in school, but he even did masters. But trust me, he's not even bothered. He's just doing it. In fact, the guy made his masters school fees from the class, similar to how he did when he was in his
When he was
in
in
his undergraduate
undergraduate.
days. Exactly. So
So,
in summary,
what you are telling her right now, you are advising that she should. So, what are you advising her in summary?
my advice is, she should not drop out. She should stay back in school and turn her classmates to her customers, so that she can be making money. She should just make sure that she does not have extra year, but she should turn her classmates. In fact, that lecturer that advised that she should stop wasting her parents' money, she should even start by sewing clothes for the lecturer's children. Yeah, so she should turn her, because as a business person, right, you need customers. You need people that will patronize you, and she can start from her immediate circle, which is her classmates. Thank you.
Okay, we'll get into that. There are some things, your own personal story also, you didn't mention that, but since you've chosen not to mention it, I probably will just let it slide, maybe on another live stream. Just still stay in the video and all that. I'll bring Miracle in. Miracle, do you agree? Do you have I don't think Miracle video is okay. So Miracle's video is not good enough. So I will support what Mr. Kushelu has said. And okay, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. According to the story, it seems like she's still learning the work, and people that are in school, it's either they've learned it already. Is people in university, it's not for people that are still learning work. It's for people that have learned it already. So from what I'm seeing, if she's so passionate about school, then she should go into part-time instead, where she still has the chance to learn the tailoring and also school at the same time because part-time is just Saturday, I think Friday, Saturdays and Sunday. So if she's so passionate about getting a degree, then she should go into part-time and also focus on learning tailoring work because from the story, it seems that she's still learning the word before she gained admission. She was still learning the word before she gained admission. So she's asking if she should continue learning the word or she should just leave it and focus on school. So the best thing is if you are so if you still really need that degree, then you should go into part time and also learn your work and that's all. That's all I have to say.
All right. So we'll do it this way. So I'll give my thoughts. So do you have any other thoughts? So let me just give my thoughts so we can get into the last conversation. Do you have any thoughts on this?
No.
Okay, so these are my own thoughts on this. And everybody who has spoken, people have left comments in the chat. We'll quickly post a couple of comments and then I'll give you my own summary, like a summary of most of the things that people have said here. All right, so Brel is saying that you don't have to quit school, and I think that's the general concession among everybody. Brel is saying you don't have to quit school because you want to pursue tailoring. Brel is also saying that if you pursue tailoring, you will still have to get a degree, which is most important. What's the essence of doing tailoring when you need to back it up? Look at Kate says that in this trying economy, please try to have a certificate. All right. Okay, because I found myself. So I will tell you that I found myself where this person found herself. Okay, and when I got into my fourth year in university, was at that point in which I was like, I didn't want to study the course I was studying. I was studying medicine then, and so at some point I said, but I wanted to get into building stuff, and one of the easiest things to do back then was to do graphic design, and you take printing jobs and all that. We tried lots of things, but the few things that easily got customers around that time was people who did graphic designs, corporate reports, business cards, logos, brochures, and the rest. And I did quite a couple of that. And at some particular point in time, at the very, very beginning, one made good money, and I felt like I still remember there was a day I sat down and I considered that probably maybe I should just drop out of school and pursue this full time. Okay, and I had a conversation with my father. I still remember that day sitting with my father, and what he told me was this. He said you can always drop out of university anytime. You can always leave whatever it is you are doing, but try to wrap it up at a point where if for any reason you have to go back to it, it will be useful. Okay, there are some positions that you need basics of a degree for. For example, let's assume you want to pursue a master's. You will need to at least have a degree. If you don't have a degree, you need to have like an HND and also to pursue a master's. There are some doors that will not open to you if you don't have a degree. Okay, because there's huge competition. But think about it this way: 1 million people graduate from university in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, on an annual basis. 1 million people have been graduating since 2017. So not having a degree in that kind of a marketplace puts you at a disadvantage unless you primarily just want to be a merchant. Okay, and if your degree is in something that you will find, for example, if you pursue a degree in economics, you have a degree in business administration, in accounting, those are degrees that you can use. You need them to build businesses. If your degree in that category, it's important. It helps. Even if your degree is not in those fields, if you have a degree in a course that you consider not relevant for the country, some people will tell you that botany, for example, the first degree in botany is not relevant in Nigeria. If that's the degree you have, you can always use your first degree to pursue a master's in business administration, acquire knowledge that will be important for your career. To build organizations and to build businesses that will endure usually requires a lot of money. It requires millions. All right, and most of the time you may have to work unless you have parents that are ready to donate, or maybe you have an inheritance, you may have to work for a year to raise the money you need. We won't get much into that because next week we have a live stream that is focused on that. Next week's live stream is focused on how to judge your business and career ideas. And so, if since you are watching this live, I would suggest that you probably take out time next week to join us for that live stream and listen to what the experts will say. But the general consensus is this, all right? Do not drop out of school. Finish your degree, perfect your tailoring skills, and sell clothes to all your lecturers and sell your services to your classmates. So that's that. We'll take one final story and then our announcements. One final story. We'd like to have your thoughts on this. Okay? We saved it for last. And that story is, let's just quickly read through it, the essential points. Maybe I should read this, okay? Because you've practically read all the stories. So let me just read all this. Let me read this one. Okay, so this story is coming from a guy named Harrison, and he said he has a tile business he runs in Aba. But he is residing in Lagos, so he begged his friend Christopher to help him manage the business while he was in Lagos, focusing on that business. He told his friend was to take 40%. Christopher was to take 40% of whatever they made and then send the rest to him after everyday sales. I trusted Christopher because they were childhood friends, they grew up together, their families knew themselves very well. Sometimes the money that he sent was not the proper amount, but he just let it slide because of their history. Okay, so he brought it up one time with Christopher that this money is not completed, and then Christopher told him business is bad. Okay, and that's why the money has reduced and so on. And then some different stories, but he just let it slide. Then one day he went to about to see how the business is doing. He didn't inform Christopher he was coming over. When he got to the warehouse, he was shocked to realize that the warehouse was completely empty. And in fact, sold everything and used the money to process his papers to travel to China, but was declined. When he got a hold of Christopher, he got him arrested. And then he now said that he's going to pay him all his money. So as at the time in which we got this email, Christopher had been in police custody for 2 days. And Christopher's parents have been going to Harrison's parents' house begging we should let him go, we should remember old times. But he's very, very angry because his parents are tired of the constant begging. And his parents want him to release him, but he needs his money. So what should he do? I guess you guys heard the long story. The long story is this: he handed over his shop he handed over his warehouse full of goods to his friend for him, and the friend sold it and used the money to process a visa to China, and he got declined. So he's now asking us, what should you do? Okay, so a big shout out to Peter. I know local Peter says that he chose to watch this show instead of the UEFA Champions League. Okay, maybe that's the reason why we don't have much. You mean we are competing with UEFA Champions League? Wow. Okay. Brel is saying that Barcelona wants to give people hypertension. Okay, well, that's that about that. So, what should he do? A quick one. Mr. Okushelu, your thoughts on this? Quickly. You heard the story, didn't you? Right? You have to focus the camera. The camera is cutting your face. Okay. Oh, we can see your baby. Oh, lovely baby. Your camera, you have to unmute your mic. You have to unmute your mic. You have to unmute your mic. You need to unmute your mic. Please unmute your mic. Your mic is, yes, your mic. Unmute it.
Can you hear me now?
Beautiful. Yes, I can.
All right. I think this is a bit tricky because there are cases where some childhood friends have actually, been very trustworthy. And there are also cases where, like the case of this guy, where his childhood friend his best friend has canned him. And yeah, it's tricky because we can't really say what I would say is, if this guy is really your best friend, then there should have been a track record. Sorry, there should have been a track record of. So, she wants to contribute. So there should have been a track record of him. I think I'll blame the guy, because before you can commit those that kind of fund to your friend or do that kind of business, the guy must have demonstrated a track record over time of being able to handle those kind of resources, and that you trust his judgment. So if you went ahead to commit that kind of resources to him and he has failed or scammed you, then something it must be wrong somewhere. Yeah, so I'm going to blame the guy. I'm not going to blame the girl's best friend. I'm going to blame the guy, because if somebody's your childhood friend, you will have known. I have very, very childhood friends that I still hold dear to my heart, but I know the kind of transactions or the kind of things I can commit to them. I know the ones that I know that this one, if any funds get to his hands, it's going to divert it to someone else. So I know people that, if I need financial advice, I can talk to them. I know people that if I need business advice, I can talk to them. I know people that if I need marital advice, I can trust them. So what I'm saying here in essence is, I'm going to blame this guy for committing funds to a best friend that he must have known over time that is not somebody that he can
Yes, so
commit
what should he do now? How
funds
does
to.
how does he retrieve his money? How does he retrieve his money right now? That's what I'm asking.
Well, if he
Should he
wants
or
to
should he just
retrieve
let
his
go?
money, if he's really keen on getting his money back, he should do it by the law. He should go the law route to get his money back. If he's really, really keen, but if he wants to do for old time's sake, he can support the law.
Can let go of it. Okay, so I would this is the last thing we're talking about. So we'll quickly take a couple of comments and then we'll bring our big announcement because we've kept people on. We didn't expect the live stream was going to take long. Okay, so first splash is that I'm not going to release, so because I trusted you, and even if you want to press something like paper to travel, why couldn't you tell me first? Another Peter says that. Let me say this. Let me read this out. I know what this is.
Oh, he's speaking Yoruba.
You're speaking
Open.
of support the law. Okay, I think once they support the law, so that means I say it has gone. All right. Miracle says who goes old times, who goes old times, or God pay me. Well, summary of this is this. There's a book that I would suggest that if you guys have time, it's a good time. It's a good book I would suggest to read. It's called The Founder's Dilemma. All right, go and read the book. If you haven't had time, I very rarely recommend books. The book, but I'll tell you this: there's a book you should try to read. It's called Founder's Dilemma. Okay, I'll see if we can find it on the screen. If we can find it, we'll display it on the screen. Okay, Founder's Dilemma. That's the title of the book. And the book helps you to deal with situations like this. If you are starting business, if you are entering transactions with people and all that, it's a great. I think I would share this. Okay, so let me just share this now. Let me share the book and take it. Okay, so this is the book, Founder's Dilemma. All right, a great book to read. If you can find it, it's on the screen. Just find a way to just find this book and read, because it deals with the major issues dilemmas that have to deal with when you are going to either start business with people or enter into business with people. Okay, very, very good. I won't say more than that. So that would address this. But there's a rule of thumb. Usually when you're doing business with people, try hard to factor in what will happen when things go wrong. You should have conversations. And that's where you have need for systems. Okay, you can't just hand off a business to somebody that you have never run the business with. You can't do that. You don't just hand off establishment to somebody you have never done business for some time. Okay, if you are going to bring people into your business, probably it's going to take time, 6 months, 1 year. You entrust them, you delegate gradually over time. So I will blame the person because money is money is heavy. Some people do not have the capacity to handle the kind of revenues that you're generating. And if you just hand those resources over to them, they may run off with it. It's not just even greed. People have problems of their own. So that's just the way. And the way people spend their money are usually two different ways. Okay, so that's just. I would tell him in a country like Nigeria, if that person has spent the money, if the warehouse is empty, just cut your losses because the amount of money you're going to spend using to chase, he has the money in his account. Okay, so you can probably drag him to court and then get a court order to freeze his account and access the money he has in the account. But if he does not have that money, there's very little you can go cut your losses and learn better on the next one. So that's that. So usually when we run this live stream, today we've been talking about how to survive your difficult times. We feature emails from people who have been listening, who have followed us on the show. To quickly recap, the first person, parents think he's studying medicine, but he isn't. He's studying fisheries. He asked us for help. And then we gave him the advice that he should break the news to his father. He should ensure his father is in the presence of a doctor and they are taking his blood pressure medicine so that the father does not collapse. Second person says that should he help his brother buy a transport bus? And our response, our summary to that is, take your brother out, take him to get a loan in the bank. You can help him with the down deposit payment. Do not stand as guarantor for him. Okay? And do not commit to him whatever you can do, whatever you're not comfortable losing. But have it at the back of the mind that you're not going to see your money again. The third person who sent an email is asking that should she, a single mom who got married to someone and now she feels that love has died in her marriage. She's 28 years old, she's still young, obviously. So she's asking, should she leave the marriage? Our advice here is call your husband, see how if you guys can have conversations to work things out. And realize that people may not love you the way they loved you before you got married. They know you better now. Their children, their responsibilities, didn't weighs heavily on people. The fourth story is the person asking whether he should travel out or start a laundry business. And our assessment to him is that the options you have put before us is quite limiting. All right? Should you travel out to start a laundry business, there are other options that are available. You may want to explore them. You may want to pursue a master's. You may want to pursue pick a job outside of these two options available. So explore your options and do not lock yourself into just traveling out or starting a laundry business. We have an email in which the wife was pressuring the husband to reject. And I advise this person should seek mental health counseling. Person should seek for support services. So family members, relatives who can support her while she gets on her feet. Seventh story was somebody's friend sold the news to Twitter and is asking us, should we continue with those people? What's the summary of our advice? Cut them off.
Yeah.
If your friends can sell your nudes, they can do even worse things to you. The eighth story, the best friend scammed him. Harrison versus Christopher Harrison is, if you can get your money back, get a cut order, freeze his account, whatever you have there, you can withdraw it. And that save your energy. You may not be able to retrieve your money back, particularly in a country like Nigeria where it's extremely hard to use police action to collect money from people. And then finally, the advice, should she drop out of school? The young student on the level last week is asking, should she drop out of school because she prefers tailoring to getting a degree? And our suggestion to her is this: your admission, you might as well just struggle and finish and see LASSO as an opportunity. You are in a market filled with young people who might need your tailoring skills. People are going to get married, right? They need someone who's going to sew their ashwabi, so that by the time you are graduating, you have a huge pool of people who are willing to follow you. All right, so that's where we are today. It's great having you guys on. So usually for every single show, we have two winners. Somebody wins our data, and somebody wins for every show for being a part of the show. So and all that. So if you want to suggest, so we usually will ask people to vote on this. So different people have been a part of this live stream. If you think that a particular person was engaged the most in the chat, or somebody else engaged the most via video, please put the comments with favorite candidates, and so that we can take a quick poll. I hope we don't have it tied today, and we'll have to use. Do we have the coin? It's not here. All right. So in the next seconds to 1 minute, please quickly vote for the person, the most engaging person on the show, who should get the data and who should get the cash. While we are waiting for that to happen, next week we'll be joined by business strategists to discuss how to judge your business and career ideas. It's next week, Tuesday, 23rd April, right at 5 p.m. So you don't want to. Okay, so nobody's voting. Okay, so we have Miracle and Brad stating engage in the comments a lot. So what do we do right now? They also engage in the comment.
Yeah.
All right. So who among them is going with cash in the comment, and who's going with data? Who was the most engaging person in the comment?
Yeah, I think Braille has more comments than Miracle. I think Braille commented on every.
You've lost. You just want to get out of this. All right. So we're going to announce our winner. So Braille.
How should you do it? Should you do it?
I think we should do not a Miracle for cash, Fun Splash for data. She wants Fun Splash wants data for herself.
First person engage.
Okay, so we're going to do it this way. We're going to give cash. Let's give cash to the chat this time. We'll do the opposite. So we'll give cash to the time. They'll give data to. All right. So since you say Braille, let's give Braille. Braille, you're going to. So Braille, we're going to announce you as the winner of our data prize today. So you are going to get above 10 gig data, depending on the network you're using. If you are using a network, but you get 10 gig worth of data, at least 10 gig worth of data, maybe 15 minutes, depending on the network you're using. So just send us a private message with your phone number and details and the network that you're using so that we can credit that. Now for the cash prize, we're giving the cash prize to the person in the comments. Who was the most engaging person in our comments?
There were a lot.
There were a lot here. So who? So Braille of our data. So Braille is our data winner.
Chimsy was active. Fun Splash. Miracle too. I think she said a lot. Delta.
Okay, so I think Miracle last week.
Yeah.
So right now we have between Chimsy and Anolopo, who's gonna end up with the cash?
Fun Splash, you commented a lot too. Chimsy
Fun Splash commented a lot.
Yes.
And so who's gonna end up with the cash now? So Chimsy,
Splash.
you win 10 gig data. All right, so let's that's Braille rather. So I said Chimsy. Okay, so we're going to give that's a round of applause. Yeah, round of applause. So you won whatever. So who is going to be the winner of our 5K cash today?
Fun Splash.
All right, so the winner is from Fun Splash. So Fun Splash, for your engagement, you win $5,000 data for being. All right, so you win $5,000 today. I didn't say data, so $5,000 cash. Sorry. Okay, so you send us your account number so that we can. Okay, we can credit your account. All right, Miracle, you lost out today. Well, hey, you win some, you lose some. Miracle, you win some, you lose some. Don't worry, we'll still have fantastic prizes. Okay, so we have a couple of big announcements. Again, like I mentioned much earlier, next week we will be discussing how to judge your business ideas. We also have a couple of projects under production. On the 27th of April 2024, we will be between bankers and Bitcoin speculators. Excuse me, bankers, Bitcoin speculators, bookies, and the rest. It's going to be a debate. Who participate in the debate? The debate comes with, again, also cash prizes, but you'll have to physically find your way to our studio. So if you want to be a part of debate, okay, just go to the YouTube video and go to our YouTube video and send us a message. You know what? Just even better. If you want to be a part of that debate, you can also route your messages through this same email address, advice@darkpore.com. You just send a message that you want to be a part of the debate there. You can also leave a comment in this video. So leave a comment in this video, and we'll find a way to reach out to you. Then we have other things. There's a very, very good chance that we will be at the GTCO Food Festival in Victoria Land. So we have jump seats available. So if you want to join us, all right, maybe you need jump seats, you want to join us to be a part of that, reach out to us before the event holds. Okay, so for being a part of the show, we'll see you next week. So everybody who stayed, this is one of our longest stream. This is our longest stream so far, 3 hours. I can't believe it. Okay. So, do you have anything you want to sign out? All right. So we love you guys. Love you guys so much. Until next week. So have a nice one.
Bye. See you guys next Tuesday.
Yeah.
What you frowning for is my need. Better let's talk about it. Oh, better let's talk about it. What's eating you up? Or you got some baby mama issues you're dealing with? Better let's talk about it. You're 2-year-old is
This week, I found cause to worry about young men. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.